And I am hopping on. Hey there, JDog. How are you doing the day of this excellent tournament?
Hope all is doing well for you.
I am incredibly grateful that, like, my meeting timings all happened to work out so that there was nothing that interfered with this. I'm able to participate with y'all today. And then, like, I got on a new medication that's helping me sleep a little bit more, and that's great. So I'm just incredibly grateful at the moment. But let's see, Living Legend, already getting those flamethrowers in, but not enough to get rid of Captain America. KeemisClossy throwing in that knockdown. Is this going to be a kill? I think with the missiles follow-up, it's going to be a kill that's very slightly meter positive. Ooh, pretty decently meter positive. Nice work to KeemisClossy, and has that incoming mix-up, but this is Ronald McWesker. What practice does he have against fast food? Do you happen to know?
I do not know.
Oh, it looks like fast food is a little too terrifying. Iron Man's bleeding back there, down to 2/3 of his life removed, and after the Tatsu, the cross-up S is just too much of a mix-up. Who manages to get in, but then after just a few moments of neutral, Living Legends Wesker just too strong, putting in that work. Multiple crouch M's. I'm not sure if those were intended to be push blocks or just trying to stop air things, because it does have a really good anti-air hitbox. Ooh.
Very
And
good
Living
bait.
Legend going in with that Rhino charge.
What a way to start off Doghouse number 8 with a level 3 Akuma. Raging Demon.
Rage those demons. I think we're likely to see a few of those looking at people we have in bracket. Like, it's not just Legend. We also have one and only Weeberman in bracket, so I would not be surprised to see a couple of Raging Demons today. But oh, if you OCV with your point character, there's no need to ever see what your anchor can do, and Chris is trying to do that just now. Going for the unblockable setup.
Good block on the overhead.
Oh, and nice job at the timing on the advancing guard. Made sure that the Wesker was out of range to be the unblockable assist during the lockdown from Incendiary. And Keem's Iron Man has X Factor and all the meter. Gets the kill and has X Factor remaining to either salvage the situation, get a mix-up, something. Hey.
Mistimes the meaty there.
Poor Keem.
But Living Legend giving him another chance, but that second chance was short-lived.
And it's always sad when your X Factor doesn't get used, need to save it for the next round. Looks like Living Legend going up a quick 2-0 here. What is Keem going to do to adjust? Oh no, getting thrown at the beginning is not how that adjustment needs to happen, but it's entirely possible that the Doom and Iron Man are able to put in work here. Oh, and just went for a reset of the situation. Was able to build so much meter out of that the trade there ends up being surprisingly not terrible for Captain America. Is going to get to play again, but playing again full screen away from Chris once he has some grenades out to just like lock down some time. Oh, charging star can be good, and if you get the roll mix up with Unibeam, that's even better. Nice work to Keem. Is this going to be the end of Chris? Missiles are coming out, going to get another... Okay, I like that extension. That's pretty clean.
That stand light in the middle of that is so hype. Who knew lights could be that hype?
Yeah, lights... when lights are used well... Oh! And X is available. Is this the kill
Nice
though?
and simple. Let's go!
Okay, and Keem running that game back. Now it's 2-1. Is Keem going to be able to keep this momentum, or is Living Legend going to close it out?
I believe. Oh! Okay, not able to confirm that, unfortunately. But
I would have invested X Factor there. I don't know what the correct timing to do it is, but I think that there's some correct timing to kill Chris and Akuma, and even though Dark Wesker is scary, I think it would have been worth it. Oh, and just go for that charging star?
X Factor for sure.
Oh no, he needed to dash back, but gets the mix up afterwards.
No! Okay.
so much of his value is coming from that roll through with Unibeam, whether it's in the middle of a combo, whether it's after a combo ends, whether it's before one starts. It seems like that's been a lot of the moneymaker for KeemisClossy, but dropped the extension that time, and Iron Man got hit, but wow, Captain America's jumping light hitbox is very good air to ground. Not a lot of things will be happy against like a Wesker stand light and the like. Looking pretty solid here. Is this going to be an even 2-2?
Yes, it is. Let's go, Keem.
Oh my gosh, well, Keem running it back against one of the amazing players that has been a dominant performer in
Let's go!
Oh, and got the read with Charging Star. Chooses to invest X Factor. Let's see if this is going to be like a 1-bar kill on Chris. Yeah, 1-bar kill on Chris sounds entirely reasonable. Now, the incoming mix-up on Wesker did not convert into what he wanted. But there's still plenty of meter available for... That's an anti-air? Oh my gosh.
I didn't know. I've never seen it used like that.
Showing us that the air light has some great air-to-ground properties, and showing that like at that tip range, the standing heavy seems to anti-air pretty well. That amazing data coming out here from Keem.
Oh, he had it!
If that had been a confirm, it was so close. And just like all of Keem's assists getting punched in the face by Akuma. Oh, but now his point character is too. Has the chance to just back off. Everyone is bleeding though, and since there's no X Factor left, the amount of potential chips that could take out this team, Akuma has a decent amount of meter.
That's okay. X Factor is almost out. Oh no!
But got the hit on Doom. And Living Legend, so clutch. X Factor's gone, but he has the incoming mix-up on. Iron Man's backdash was just what was needed to get out, but didn't have any confirm off of that S that would have turned into... Whoa! That was almost there.
I'm so
really
scared!
Nice using Iron Man's
Holy
button.
dash! You gotta be careful. Oh my god!
No more S buttons. Why are you in the air? It being in the air is the way you could lose.
Oh, no.
And with that, just like too solid play by Living Legend there. Not going to do a beam when his opponent's on the ground and can Iron Avenger and then punish. Just like...
Alright, so second round of the Doghouse starting up here. Now, this time we've got Max, one of the Hug Boys, going up against Isicera's Mag Morgan Dante. Let's see what the opening gambit is between these two. Isicera pressing the situation here at the start, but picks her spots and decides to back away from Pulse. Not a bad idea at all. And you see she's going in a way that she leaves pressure open to apply pressure with the jam session assist. Very smart block streams there. As Max drops his combo on Magneto, very unfortunate. There should be a squeeze, just barely missed the third bar. But Astral Vision going up against Hulk, not a bad situation to be in either. Oh, is that a catch on Morgan? Oh, I thought that Rocket Punch went through projectiles, but no, actually got clipped by one of the Soulfists there. Max trying anything and everything to close the distance against Morgan and start his offense here. But got a good chunk of damage on Dante there. Didn't choose to spend any meter to apply more damage. Wants to keep it for the human rocket punches. Ooh, that's such a good DHC. Oh, but it bounces weird off the Gamma Crush. Very unfortunate for Max. Oh, he's swinging for the fences to try to clip Morgan, but, you know, Morgan privileges. She's pretty thin. Small hitboxes are pretty small. Able to live and chuck Soulfist for another day. No meter on Max's side, though. So we're just doing the best we can as Max tries to devise a plan to get his offense started. Now it's all up to Max's Dark Sentinel. Max definitely does have a Dark Sentinel worthy of the Dark tag. Oh, that's Magneto. That's how we start. But Morgan with the cross-up shell kick. Isicera gonna take this first game here.
I'll take good.
Game 2. Oh, we get the early clap on Magneto, but not able to finish. The drones kind of mess it up for Tunimax there. Oh, that preemptive jump heavy from Magneto to meet Hulk in the air. Very smart placement of buttons from Isicera. And now, Hulk is almost about to go down, and Tunimax the Sentinel is bleeding heavily right now. Oh, not able to convert that combo because of that stray Soul Fist. Soul Fist, the true combo breaker? Oh, but we get the cross-up rocket punch from Nova. Morgan's definitely going down here. No meter on Tunimax's side, though, but still well worth the investment of resources. Ooh, good team super to keep lock down this Nova. Isicera decides not to press the situation too much, is content with sticking back and just taking the chip damage and leaving herself at an advantageous position.
A new future for mutant minds. Go for broke. Fight!
Alright, Isicera's down to Magneto, so this is a good start for Tunimax here. But every character on Isicera's team is definitely problem-worthy. Dante's in the back breathing pretty heavily, but I don't know if Isicera is going to give Tunimax the chance to even come anywhere near her Dante until the happy birthday! Oh, but we dropped by on Morgan, and Morgan is still pretty capable on her own. Especially with X Factor and the speed boost. Oh, and she waited for that hard tag! Now they're coming from a mile away. This is going to be a dead Hulk, and this is going to be a severely hindered Nova coming in. So it has a good chunk of X Factor left on Isicera's side. Yep, Tunimax doesn't even want to blow the X Factor on Nova. Wants to just save it for the Dark Sentinel. Tunimax sitting on one more meter. And there it goes. Uses the Hyper Sentinel Force to get some kind of offense going, create an opening for a Sentinel to come in. But I don't think this is going to kill, but this is definitely going to draw out Tunimax's X Factor time. Tunimax is swinging for the fences here, but oh! Oh no! What happened? Where's the rocket punch from Tunimax? This could be the set right here. Now this big barn of a robot has to dodge all of these astral, these Soul Fists. That's a punish on the Shadow Blade! Very unfortunate Shadow Blade from Isicera. This is going to put Tunimax on the board here.
Go for broke. Fight!
Oh, this is huge for Tunimax. Yeah, I like that adjustment Tunimax does whenever he hits the opponent into the drones. Very good. Confirm into the kill for Tunimax. Ooh, went for the grab, but Isicera was ready to poke back with her shell kick. Is that a catch on Morgan? It is a good chunk of damage on Dante, though. Nova's going to stall out a lot of his Astro time for Morgan with his flight options there. No more meter on Tutamax's side, though. Use that last one for that last rocket punch. And Isicera is sitting on almost 2 more bars. Is this Soul Drain loops? Soul Drain loops? No. Astral, the Soul Fist loops, excuse me. Tutamax is doing a good job of stalling, but when we're sitting at almost 3 bars here, I don't know how effective that's going to be. Obviously, it's more effective than just running into Soul Fist all day, but Tutamax is going to be definitely a patience game from Tutamax, as his options to approach are very limited. And Isicera is just building meter on top of meter with these Soul Drains. Very good at sneaking those in the neutral. Here comes a rocket punch. Only resources on Tutamax's side now is the X Factor, but how will he use it? Will Isicera leave an opening for Tutamax? Because things are looking pretty bleak for our hero. All down to the robot here. And right now we are just getting bounced around on some Soul Fists. All right. There's the 1 meter being used for the hard drive, but it was all in vain. Just the hard drive, just delaying the inevitable. Tutamax is going to fall to Isicera as she takes this set 3-1.
Let's try that again.
The good stuff to Isicera there. Keeping a strong wall of defense, keeping Tutamax out and limiting all of his options. Okay.
Oh, timing is just in time. Sweet. We get to see Jumpman on the left versus Honduran on the right, going with that Chris Amaterasu Wesker versus the Nova Spencer Doom, and manages to get that hit through Incendiary. Goes for a reset, maybe. I think that was intended to be the tag setup into Doom, but now is laying the beat down on Amy for a little bit. Lovely work to Jumpman there, crossing over Honduran's location to make sure that he couldn't punish Amaterasu anymore, but he's still going to... It looks like the timing on getting that slant shot pickup is being a little squiggly here for Honduran, but it's still looking like, oh, this happy birthday is how it can start. Is there going to be more meter invested? Oh, goes for Phantom Dance, and Phantom Dance whiffs entirely. Sometimes it's hard to determine how to make Phantom Dance interact kindly with some of the other hypers in this game. And goes into the Phantom Dance, has glasses off, is going to have the incoming mix-up with Cold Star. Oh, and went for the Crouch Light. I wonder if that was Crouch Light command throw, because I don't think... Maybe there was an anticipation of mash? No, don't just punch the dog! What are you doing?
Oh. Ooh. I bet you Honduran wanted to DHC there, but Spencer was already too close.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Jumpman, that didn't end up getting to confirm, but that did, so Spencer's gone, and Wesker, with all of this access to resources, goodbye Doom, instantaneous kill, and Jumpman takes the first game over Honduran in this starting match of the Doghouse 8.
But I do still like Honduran's performance. Just a slight overreach there is what kind of sealed that game for Jumpman. But let's see if Honduran can clean up the few areas in the second game.
Yeah, and also he had multiple confirmations with Nova where the overhead into slant shot assist turned from something that was like a combo that he had that would have led into the kill into a situation where he took a lot of damage and built a bunch of meter for Jumpman. So if he could clean up that specific thing, it would be a dramatically positive impact on his win rate right here. But looks like Nova's not going to get the chance this game because he's already dead. And with that Incendiary coming in, feigned the cross under but didn't go for it, and both of them willing to swing. You saw that startup frame on both sides. Spencer
Yeah.
also going with the heavy. I'm curious that both of them went for kind of beefy buttons. They weren't doing like stand lights or anything. They wanted to swing at each other. And flamethrower builds so much meter.
Oh, such a good chip
Last
setup.
minute chip. Nice work to Jumpman in calculating what amount of chip would get him the objectives he needed. Now, this looks pretty hard, but do you think that Honduran's going to have that solo Doom proficiency and make it all the way through this entire game? Got the confirm there. This is exactly how it starts. Chris goes down. Amy needs to eat a good mix-up from Doom. Doom has all the meter in the world. And Jumpman managed to make it out, but then there was a drop. Amy's little tiny body was hard to get the proper confirm on. But Jumpman also dropping his confirms on Doom. This is going to come down to a 1v1 of Doom and Wesker. It's almost like that epic rap battles of history of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. But Doom is not in a great position here. If he gets one touch, Wesker's dead, but Wesker has both the ability to get a touch or just chip Doom for a decent period of time and end up okay. Phantom Dance from full screen ends up confirming. I guess he caught the startup of either flight or foot dive or an air dash, one of them, but like that took out a substantial amount of the remaining Doom's value, and now Doom is dead. Jumpman showing that all of those characters so threatening, need to get rid of each of them, because that time it looked like Honduran was getting that momentum, killed Chris, killed Amy, but didn't manage to close it out on Wesker. When this time Chris gets caught in the noggin, he is going to... The slant actually works this time. Okay, looks like Honduran, but he didn't go for a dry tag combo. Went for double TAC instead. How greedy! You can't go for double TAC and then not try to kill them off of it. So this is looking, even though a lot of resources were built up by Honduran in that situation, it's back to looking almost like an even match, despite landing a combo into a double TAC. So Jumpman here making sure to take that any little bit of opportunity that's available and hits with the falling button. Nice work. When people are
That was the
above
lowest.
ground,
Yeah, that was the lowest jump heavy from Chris I've ever seen.
yeah,
And it's paying off dividends right now for Jumpman as he takes out this Nova.
I would not have thought a heavy could start up that close to the ground and finish with the time for its hitbox to come out. But nice work to Jumpman being precise on his character knowledge. You need to know which button you could press at what height if you're getting out of something with advancing guard or whatever.
Oh no!
Oh, but let's see. Chris is in a pretty injured state. Oh, but Doom just took multiple magnums. That hurts so much. Would you dry tag here? Oh no, I guess you can't dry tag when Chris is dead. I would have thought of trying to dry tag into that plasma beam, but that may have been a greedy option. Especially now, Amy is getting hit. Spencer should be able to kill the dog here. Did not, and went for a confirm that would have worked on a human-shaped character. It does not work on a dog. Fortunate for the world, Spencer apparently only learns to beat up other people. Is kind to the animals and doesn't know how to hit them properly. But Wesker, he knows how to hit properly. This character looks like he's going to go down 280Ks into Doom level 3. And with that, Honduran gets on the board, coming up 1-2.
A little bit of style there from Honduran, sending the message that, hey, I might be a little bit behind, but I'm still in this game, you know, as far as like confidence and charisma goes.
Is there the possibility that Jason Kiddo may be involved?
Maybe. Let's see what he says.
Oh, and Honduran is getting these hits. Human Rockets, like, the read on Human Rocket has been paying off pretty consistently for Honduran. Just not quite getting the value off of the connection that he may desire. And now, even though Chris is set as anchor, that just means that Wesker has access to really nice full-screen horizontal assists that also can extend combos, or not extend combos. That works too. Plasma Beam, tags Doom or tags Wesker for a little bit. Oh, that dry tag there had a lot of confidence behind it, but did not end up paying off, and now the Incendiary manages to whiff just enough that Spencer's able to get in here, potentially kill off this Chris.
No follow-up after that wall bounce, though. Very questionable.
Yeah, that was odd. And that was a fascinating interaction. Plasma Beam got entirely eaten by that mine, as the mine also was hitting Spencer. Got that hit, and it looks like this could probably end up... decides to use the meter now, because he was like 1 pixel away from having 5 meters, and if you're already not going to build more meter, you don't want to build your opponent any unnecessary meter, and just be at as close to the same as you could possibly be when things run down. Oh, and it seems like this Doom has been doing a lot of the work for Honduran. But Wesker was the bane of Dark Doom last time. Oh, and the dash can't have been what was expected there. Both of them a little... Oh, both willing to hold down back a little bit, see what the other player's doing. Not very common when multiple characters are in X Factor, but that's how it was going there. Surprisingly few air photons or flight mode from Honduran, but went in when it mattered, is going to be able to potentially kill Wesker here.
For sure. Level 3 with a little bit of mashing should be just enough. Well, I don't know.
Mash harder? Oh yeah, you mashed hard enough. Nice work, Honduran. Oh, this is a sweet and very close match. 2-2. Is the reverse momentum that Honduran's gotten? Oh geez, Amaterasu just lost half of her life to that Typer. That is some scary nonsense right there. But that doesn't keep her from getting summoned. There is a certainty from Jumpman that the dog will continue to get summoned, no matter how much damage he has taken. And, oh no, poor Honduran went back into the corner with that jump and X Factor got used. This is going to be the end of Spencer and leave Jumpman with all the meter he could possibly need. This is a pretty terrifying situation. Got the Super Jump S and the Confirm. I'm sure that there's a kill combo here. I don't know what it is. I'm assuming there's a level 3 setup that is somewhat reasonable. I guess it goes into Ami's level 3. That seems like a reasonable way to get rid of this Dr. Doom. And with that, even though Honduran was making that comeback in the last game, Jumpman just turned it all the way on.
Good stuff to Jumpman. Both players not afraid to swing in the right moments, but the timing was just a little bit in favor of Jumpman as he advances on in this doghouse number 8.
Nice work to Jumpman. Dang.
A lot of us dedicated ourselves to playing Chris this tournament.
Oh,
that's
okay.
What Weeberman is going with.
Yeah, see, Weeberman doing the good work. Everyone here that is reasonable providing their Chris's for the stream. This is the Chris stream going on. The doghouse today is, oh no, is Chris getting slashed in the face by a 0, and Hazy going in with that 0 hits. Oh, doesn't have the lightning timing. And of course, Hazy's known for running that Rising Sun assist. A lot of people run Rapid Slash, but I think this is actually much less ridiculous than most people do, because he's running this in contrast with Hidden Missiles, and you summon Hidden Missiles in the exact opposite situation that you summon Rising Sun, because Hidden Missiles, you don't want Doom to get hit out of startup, but as soon as startup happens, it's fine because the missile will hopefully protect. With Rising Sun, its startup is so fast and it's right in front of you, so it's really good as like a different... If you were running Doom on missiles, it's a reasonable alternative support tool to go with. But now, there is still plenty of meter available for Weeberman, while Hazy has used up a lot of resources, building a lot of it back with that round trip though. And the stand H was correct, but did not get the confirm off of it. Dive kicking into the missile on its way up. I very rarely see that move hit on the way up, only on the way down normally, so oh, this Virgil getting in the hits. Are resources going to be used? Oh no, went right back into Doom and lost Doom for it. It looks like Weeberman, even though this is not his main team, is putting in some work and is going to be able to kill off Hazy's Virgil here. Oh no, it's not going to kill off Hazy's Virgil here. I highly recommend killing this character. Oh, you did. It's fine. For anyone in this tournament, if you are fighting against someone with Virgil on the team, I recommend killing them. What are your thoughts on killing Virgil, Jin?
Your guns work.
If you shoot him in the face, I believe that just like zombies, he is vulnerable to being shot in the face. It's strange that that's their weakness when it's like, I think all of us are weak to being shot in the face, if I'm not mistaken.
Just one of those things. Right now we're seeing Zero just start doing his lightning loops on Chris, always giving a healthy dose. But apparently Chris is allergic to electricity, so he's gonna be dead in a few seconds.
Oh,
Miscalculation in damage, but he gets the kill anyway. See if this mix-ups kit gets in, gets it. Oh, Sensor is able to pop out and now is trying to play the maneuvering game. Right now it's reset back to neutral. Straight hits here and there. And Spencer gets a hit. Oh, no follow-up though. So Issa, what do you think about the momentum so far?
I think that even though Weeberman took the first game, that this being a secondary team for him against DatHazy's main team, this is kind of a scary position to be in. He's cornered, he's losing his second, or in the process of losing his second character, and then none of these are characters he runs on his main team, so I don't know which of them he's most experienced in, like what's the problem that needs to be gotten rid of, but it looks like Hazy's getting rid of all three problems just in case. If you don't know which character to kill on your opponent's team, just make sure it's all of them, right?
Seems to be a tactic that works. And then the Zero slap. I just call it a slap because he spins once and then slaps you and you die.
It's true. And on top of that, it's the highest durability and projectile in the game, because Zero needed it, right?
Because why not? Looks like Weeberman had his fun sampling his new team. Looks like he managed to get a win off, so that's pretty good success.
Yeah, Weeberman, even when he's not playing his main stuff, he just has such good fundamentals, and he has a good understanding of when people want to advance in guard, when people feel threatened, when a frame trap is going to work well, and has those footsies, gets in, and gets the hit on Zero. Iron Fist has plenty of flaws. Killing is not one of them. This should be a dead Zero. And
DHC into Ryu. Looks up, flashes Zero. Zero realizes he's afraid of the limelight. Ooh. Good job. Weeberman was able to get straight hits, but was unable to do the conversion. Right now everything's reset back to neutral. Gets caught by a stray Virgil assist. Nothing really big so far.
Yeah, it's also, if you're accustomed to rapid slash assist, relearning how to play footsies against Rising Sun can be a little weird just because it doesn't work like rapid slash, and you do need to just like deal with it in different ways. And resources getting used from Hazy's side. Oh, that overhead with Virgil with the turnaround into blistering. That was some nice stuff. I would have gotten hit there too. It looks like the ordinary guy is getting hit, but this is the wrong ordinary guy to hit. Hit the one that has the electric feet or else something's gonna go wrong. Oh, and I'm not sure he even kills here. Oh, with the TAC, he kills here.
I think he just wanted to build more meters, so he has a meter on deck. Oh, there he goes. The Living Legend special.
Yes. With the photon
so
hitting
close.
there, I think that in that situation, block and then immediately start mashing, because you don't think the missiles will hit because if they're too far forward, the fist will eat them. But if they're far enough back, it's worth it to just be mashing just in case that they stopped the attack, because you'll be in true block stun if you had started holding back, but your lights will confirm if they got hit by missiles out of it. Oh snap, a first time chatter talking about the Ryu meta. Yeah, when Weeberman's on the screen, there's a very high chance that the Ryu meta is going on. We've seen multiple Ryu players that have joined in various JDog events. Zentool has also come to a few of them. So Ryu is not a dead man, and we have a Ryu player on the mic right with me right now in Jint too. So this is definitely a place that includes some Zero Doom Virgil, but it also includes some traveling warriors that are on their way to take on the truest battles.
Against a robot, a guy in armor, and a demon swordsman?
Yeah, I mean, with this case, you know that Ryu takes his path seriously, because most people would see a robot from the future and be like, I don't know if I want to be a fighter anymore, this sounds kind of scary, but Ryu's like, no, I want the heart of battle. He goes in. He needs to go in pretty hard right now, though, because his ally, Iron Fist, just got wrecked by a robot.
It's okay, he gets to shoot plasma. At least we think it's plasma. Oh. Ooh, good job converting into level 3, because he wants to avoid any Doom missiles or any Doom assist. Right now, the situation reset. Weeberman wasn't able to catch that Hazy, so Dr. Doom got to escape. Now it's going to be back into neutral. Good job on the straight hits. But unfortunately, no meter, so he can't capitalize further. Right now, the situation is set back to neutral. And now it's just a battle between how is Weeberman going to get in until against Doom is trying to run away and just get that straight hit in. Might be good if he throws some random Shadow SRKs in, but he's got to watch out for Virgil.
That makes sense. Oh, but the ordinary guy is getting hit. Or, not the ordinary guy, the wandering warrior, but he looks like he's going to die here without the need to invest any more resources on Hazy's behalf. But Akuma coming in, is there going to be that Tatsuan incoming to kill some missiles? No, just blocks like a reasonable player. And
that was a good idea. The X Factor. Oh, never mind. Drops on drops. He's going to have to X soon because those missiles are coming. Yep.
Oh, and got the opportunity to kill off.
And he got to hit. He got a hit on Virgil. Now everything's going to be fairly even. Although Weeberman definitely needs to get some meter in so it could be some level of threat. Right now, DatHazy gets to apply more pressure than him. And has to be on point with his blocks. Thankfully, though, Virgil doesn't have any meter. And his X Factor runs out, so he's able to get a hit. And it washes him down with some plasma. Good job on Weeberman. Now, even a 2-2. Is this a first to 3 set?
Yes, it is. So this is going to be the final game of the set. And manages to avoid the missiles, but is now in the corner against Zero, and the Rising Sun left him in block stun longer than he realized, didn't have access to a way to actually deal with Zero, and then got hit by that 2M. It looks like Iron Fist is going to go down, but last game Iron Fist went down, and that did nothing to stop Weeberman from taking it. What do you think he needs to do with Ryu and Akuma here? And, or with the last pixel of Iron Fist?
Free hit? Ooh, smart idea.
Okay.
And he gets a reset.
Resets.
That was smart. He's able to compensate for all the damage he needs, and he should be able to kill Zero and conserve a little bit more meter than if he didn't. I gotta pick that up. That's a good idea.
That was very well done. And now managed to take a very bad situation and convert it into everything that was needed. Is there?
Not sure how he's gonna. I'm not sure if he's good. Okay.
Oh, I like that stuff. Oh, went for an armor, which would have let him punish Helmbreaker, but Hazy going on that different read, going with the Dimension Slash on him, coming instead of Helmbreaker. And
I think it would have worked if he had meter to convert into his horizontal super. He just didn't have anything. Right now, one of the biggest weaknesses about Weeberman's team is he needs to have meter on deck, and it's always been a struggle to try to figure out how to generate that meter. Whereas, good SRK that says, screw you, I'm not playing this game. You can do SRK again. Yep, he did it.
I like Ryu protecting homies. No!
Oh,
and with
he got too greedy. That's it. Oh, he gets one more shot.
Okay.
He does a plasma, he has meter, he has a chance. He shouldn't have blown that X Factor yet.
I also, this is the fine time to shoot, but as soon as Virgil
no, that's death now. He's gonna be punished now. Oh, he didn't go for a... If he did Stinger, it would have been a loss. Doesn't matter anymore.
And DatHazy takes it 3-2 over Weeberman in a very close set.
Yeah, with Fire to Shinku Hadouken within that range, Virgil could almost immediately punish with a Stinger. And also he was an X Factor, so that makes it all the more scary.
Definitely.
Good stuff to both players, though. That was a really good set.
In the chat, Weeberman, after that tough match that he just went through, is cheering, "Let's go, JDog!" But I think both of these people deserve some cheering, so cheering for both JDog and the Pirate. But manages to get Chris away at the beginning, but doesn't manage. Oh, then Sandieri saved him from the end. Gamma Tsunami is going to not allow a confirmation, but Sentinel is going to take a big amount of damage before it gets stopped. No fear in summoning more of the Sentinel assist though, just like making sure to get that space, lock out Hulk, because like Flamethrower beats so many of Hulk's options, it'll beat all the non-hyper armor things, and just like, it is terrifying. Oh, Snap to save the Hagar from eating a tsunami, and how did Hulk not die from that hit of Lariat? Okay, it looks like a Pirate is taking the blessing of a Pixel Hulk and investing it to kill off Hagar, have the incoming on Chris, and make it so his entire team, this might just chip for a decent amount. But not quite enough to win, and Chris gets to live. Chris gets to live, and Super Virgil gets the confirm on him, and Pixel Chris may be the real problem here. Pixel Hulk? Pixel Virgil? Nah, it's Pixel Chris time. JDog showing exactly why he decided to team up with the Chris players this time around and go with the character, because he is doing work. Got the throw, but did not get the confirm. And now it's a Sentinel mirror in between these two players. JDog got hit. I don't know if this is actually enough meter to kill here for Pirate. Oh, it's definitely not enough meter to kill if you miss your Tiger Knee Rocket Punch. But now I think the throw and Rocket Punch Super is enough to kill. And with that, Pirate goes up 1-0 over JDog. Oh, and got the H, but then Hagar made sure that there was nothing more. And Magnum confirms, but doesn't get up quite far enough to stop Hulk. And even though Hulk was able to get out of the initial bit of Incendiary, it looks like his hit spheres widened backwards and got connected there. The chip here should be enough to get rid of Chris. Oh, but the alpha counter at the perfect time. I guess that was too greedy to think that killing Chris was an option. And with that, JDog is going to be able to kill off so many, 2 of the characters, and is going to have a missile coming in to deal with Hulk. Hulk needs to get shot up a decent amount before he even gets to play. There's been a lot of situations where this Hulk has been getting hit with like the last pixel of Incendiary Grenade and has been getting just like 1 hit from it without getting locked down. But nice work to JDog deciding to stay on the Chris and putting in the work against Pirate. And now that JDog's tied it up, looks like Pirate is no longer interested in this Virgil nonsense, would rather have a Lariat of his own. Let's see if that's the change that needs to be made in order for him to win, or if this is just going to be another chance for Chris to zone out a character, because Flamethrower is also good against Hagar, just like it's good against Hulk. And grenade pops in. Fortunately, the drones were able to eat some fire there, put in some work. But Hulk is getting hit now, and when Hulk starts getting hit, oh, it's a snap. Didn't get the timing desired, and the weight into S. Pirate knows how to do those mind games. Make you think things are dropped, and then go for something else. So many things where something looks dropped, but manages to convert it into a scary situation. And now those drones are coming in. He remembers how the Lariat last game had so ideally taken out his team that made sure to actually back off instead of pressing when he had access to drones. Oh, and just like last game, it looks like the power of Lariat is going to be confirmed into X Factor. Oh, got the drop on it though. Okay, it's back to being far off. Oh, but got the confirm. JDog is going to be able to kill off both Hulk and Sentinel, leaving just Hagar. Against Hagar with access to drones assist. Oh no, this is done. It looks like JDog is going up 2-1 in this set against Pirate. Change to Hagar on Pirate's side did not alleviate the damage. Getting that throw. Oh, but the standing medium, I believe, was not a move that works against Hulk there. But that follow-up off of the Incendiary was exactly what JDog needed. Is putting in the work against Pirate, getting those flamethrowers out, follows up with the Magnum into more flamethrowers, builds as much meter as anybody could want. And now Hulk is going to die to even more flamethrowers. Sitting up here at 3 meters, what a privileged character meter-wise. Just like any time that you get to get more than 1 flamethrower in a combo, it's just going to build all of it. But looks like Hagar did not get snapped there like was desired. Oh, and Hagar, if Hagar hadn't tapped Sentinel that way. Oh, going for the double. Hagar's gonna be dead, but I think this is Magnum punishable. Oh, and an X Factor. Magnum punish just means an almost dead character. Oh, managed to get it, Sentinel out. So Pirate here in a pretty scary situation, but managed to get the hit on Chris. This is definitely going to be enough to kill Chris with this team composition. Probably for 1 meter, maybe for 2. This is pretty healthy. I think it may need the microwave as well. Ends up deciding to microwave Chris. I don't think microwaving bullets is a great idea, but Sentinel doesn't have a brain, so doesn't need to worry about it. But this Sentinel has a gigantic hard drive because managed to have all their knowledge of what tree to get through. Got the opportunity to stay alive, has meter, got the hit on Hagar, and did the solid air confirm. That was really good on JDog's behalf. It was at the range where just pressing S would not have worked, and went for an alternative confirm to stop the situation, and gets the confirm on Hagar. And now it's back down to that Sentinel mirror, and got the hit into the rocket punch. As long as hard drive doesn't mess up here. Oh no. There were more opportunities for things to go wrong than hard drive messing up, but JDog was able to clutch it out after multiple times of things going horribly wrong. Congratulations, JDog. Pirate is now sent to the losers bracket.
Okay, now we're good to go. Carlitos versus Isicera. Carlitos rocking the patented Viper Zero Doom. Let's see, whose zoning game is a little bit better? Carlitos does have some zoning potential with Viper I-beams and Seismos, and as well as Zero Sugemu and being able to put so many projectiles on the screen. Isicera does have Disruptor, but I would still give the edge a little bit to Carlitos' zoning potentials because he does have that kind of mid-range poke with the Seismo. But I say that, and Viper is at half health, and Isicera is all sistered up. So let's see how Carlitos' Zero can answer to that. Isicera doing a pretty good job of stalling out. Forcing Carlito to spend resources in order to get any kind of offense going here. Oh, very good launcher from Isicera to disrupt that command dash from Zero.
Mission accomplished. Returning to base. Get ready to brawl. Fight!
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to fix some stuff with the stream there. Had to fix the names and such. Thanks to I saw Weeberman point that out, and I think DatHazy also pointed it out. Thanks to both of y'all for bringing that to my attention. But let's see here. Going into the second game, Carlitos had to DHC out into Zero because Viper was bleeding heavily. So Isicera, while the resources are kind of similar right now, Isicera is in the lead health. Well, actually, not even. She's in the lead health-wise, but not by much. So it's actually these two players are actually pretty even at the moment. Until now, when Zero got that hit on Morgan, this is pretty huge. Morgan, I feel, is definitely the most troublesome character on Isicera's team. Not to discredit or downplay anything for other two characters, but definitely Morgan has that wall instilling thing about her. So taking out Morgan right now is very huge for Carlitos. Ooh, and manages to disrupt the magnetic shockwave super. And able to avoid that mix-up. I'm pretty sure he was going for the shockwave into double trigger mix-up there. Able to avoid that. And Isicera takes down Carlitos' Zero and pushes Viper full screen. Isicera content with throwing out these mag blasts in order to slowly chip away at Viper until she pops that X Factor. Ooh, no meter, unfortunately, to get the EX confirmed. Good blocks from Carlitos. Still sitting on a little bit of X Factor time here, as he makes his way forward with Doom. Oh, catches both into the photon array super. Now this is pretty huge. Okay, now we got to block this mix up. Oh, I don't know if that was the right decision, because now Isicera could have potentially gotten the full pickup, but chooses to jump away full screen. Isicera's Dante is getting a bunch of left right now thanks to double trigger. Still no meter on either player's side. And now time is becoming a huge factor right now. This looked like a done deal for Isicera. Gonna take the second game here, tying the set 1-1.
Player 2 wins. Get ready to brawl. Fight!
I have. Okay, back into the third game here. Isicera seems to have lost her Magneto here. But like I said, I think Magneto is kind of like the battery for this team. Able to chuck out a lot of disruptors, build a ton of meter for Morgan. I think that's pretty much. I think Morgan is pretty much like the main star on this team. Anything Magneto does seems to be just a little cherry on top of the overall match here. Now Viper doing her best to stall in the air, but I-beams right in Morgan's face. And it's going to eat a crouch medium for Viper's trouble. Isicera definitely not minding at all playing the long game here. But Isicera down to just her Dante at the moment. So looking like a pretty uphill climb at the moment. If Carlitos is good about these safe assist calls here, we could be seeing a 2-1 set at the moment. Or a 2-1 set in the making. Carlitos decides to pop X Factor. So now both X Factors are expended for both players, as Carlito lands the clean dive kick on Dante. Simple and clean finish for Carlitos, going 2-1 in this set. What are the adjustments needed from Isicera? Ooh, these Soulfist juggles. Isicera just so good at pinning the opponent down and making them hold all of these projectiles for such a long time. Zero and Viper are at half health at the moment. Viper's regaining a little bit of health, but Zero slowly getting tipped away. As Carlitos decides to hard tag in Viper to try and give his characters a break, but this might just be delaying the inevitable. Viper not having any meter kind of limits her tools to fight back in this match severely. Viper going down, Zero coming in with about 40% health. But that's 40% is quickly reducing because of all of these Soul Fists. Decides to pop the X Factor to save his Zero, but gets chipped by the Soul Fist behind. And now we're all down to X Factor level 2 Dr. Doom against a full squad with X Factor available. But the Crouch Light gets the ball rolling for Carlitos. Very good catch off of that stray hit from Isicera. He's going to super for the simple and clean finish. Oh, I was a little bit worried there. Gets the kill on Carlitos, and I believe this is a tied set here. And now it all comes down to this last game. Definitely the war of attrition. A lot of these games coming down to very little time left on the clock. Each player making full use of all the time given to them. The Viper is heavily bleeding. Carlitos managed to find the safe tag in for Zero there, which is pretty huge. And Carlitos finds his way in, applying some pressure to Isicera's Morgan. Ooh, a whiff Shadow Blade, not able to punish though, and the lightning just misses Morgan, but the missiles are able to save the day for Carlitos. Gonna get this clean hit on Morgan, and a few lightning loops later should be a dead Morgan. Very good stuff. Magneto coming in. Can we block the incoming? We do. Very good blocks from Isicera. Super to get the Dante Devil Trigger mix-up going. Gonna get some lightning bolts in on Doom. Doom's at about 60% health. Ooh! Hard tagged into Viper, but Isicera not ready for the punish there. But this time Carlitos does have plenty of resources for Viper. Has 3 meters, almost 4. So some EX moves are definitely on the table for Viper. Oh, and here's a super to get the punish against that crystal there. This is looking very good for Carlitos here. And now we have 3 more meters, but has to be mindful of Isicera's resources. She is sitting on X Factor, but will the X Factor even come into play? Pops the X Factor as soon as she recovers. Wants to get out of dodge. That's a very good super jump confirmed, but just misses the last hit. Slides in the DMs to finish off Zero. Viper coming in. Not going to get a chance to play. The meaties are so thick. But Dr. Doom does have the life lead at the moment. Ooh, no level 3 from Isicera there. Gonna get Doom out of the air with his shockwaves. Dr. Doom still may have life advantage. And now with only 2 seconds left on the clock, what's the play from Isicera? Gets the grab! Can we finish? Oh, the Isicera barely wins with just that grab, dude. Gonna take it with the timeout there. Isicera taking this close set between Carlitos, 3-2.
Oh, Honduran's betting on the Chris player. That's actually a really good bet, Honduran. I think that see Honduran making the correct bets. The correct bet is bet the way that is going to happen, guaranteed, regardless of how each player plays. And Akuma, his feet just ate an entire shotgun. I don't know how your feet can be hungry for shotguns, but Akuma's are. And with that, Living Legend is going to get that first neutral exchange between Chris mirrors, get those flamethrowers out, build a bunch of meter, but go for the snap in order to bring in that Anchor Wesker and invest the X Factor on this character. Legend looks like the Punisher Chris knows the Wesker Wars of 2012 and does not want to have to relive these PTSD moments, so making sure to just kill Wesker before he becomes a problem. But now we see X Factors available for Jumpman. Jumpman has stopped moving. I'm not sure if he has had a signal drop, but Living Legend just going in, pressing buttons, killing off the Sammy. I'm not sure. It looked like there was some like idle stand. Yeah, I think that whatever's going on with JumpManStrat, I saw it at the end of his Ami section after he dropped the combo. Instead of like a lot of players, after they drop a thing, will flail in some way. They'll either like hold back or forward or something, because like, but like very rarely will they just entirely release the stick. So
well, I see Jumpman is still connected to the parsec. I'm not sure if maybe I'm not sure. Let me see what his MS is.
Also, nice work to Living Legend, by the way. Like, he had his momentum mode in and was like, okay, I see an opportunity for a punish, I go for the punish. But as soon as he saw that there was clarity, that it looked like his opponent was having issues, did that honorable thing, like, hey, I'm going to back off and wait here. Nice work to Living Legend for being a boss. It is part of being a good member of the Marvel community, and we're thankful that Living Legend invests in this game. Bruce Lee energy in. And
right, for those watching on YouTube there, Jumpman had a freeze in his connection. He had to disconnect and come back, so Legend took the first game 1-0. We're going into the second game here.
And this time getting those magnums early into buttons. Oh, doesn't get the full confirm. Ended up taking off like maybe a quarter of Living Legend's life, but when Legend gets the same type of confirm, it's going into a dead character. This is what Legend needs in the matchup, and goes for the snap, so it doesn't go into a dead character, but does hit Wesker the backdash forward dash into the 6 heavy in order to have like I guess a little bit more of an anti-air hitbox against his previous Stars teammate turned whatever it is that Wesker does it for Umbrella. Oh, managed to get some hits but did not fully kill Akuma, and that looks like it was an input error on Jumpman's side, so Living Legend managed to keep his full team alive, still has X Factor available. Let's see if this Wesker with Cold Star is going to be able to take out Chris. Oh, just needs a couple gunshots. It's amazing, when someone's just human, if they take a gunshot to the face, it's actually pretty bad for them. And with that, Chris is trying to make sure that even against Ronald McWesker, there is no opportunity to survive against gunshot to the knee, gunshot to the chest, and then lasers from the sky, apparently. It's enough to kill Wesker, though. Didn't need to punch any boulders this time around in the fight. Gets an incendiary out. It looks like Ami had actually gotten hit there, but then now Akuma gets the throw, and sometimes if you give Legend the throw, he can take out the entire team. Let's see what Jumpman does on his incoming to try and be safe here. Oh, advancing guard timing did not work and actually just got hit by the barrage.
Good throw from Legend, not able to confirm though.
Even with the confirm drop though, this is, oh, it had been an okay situation, but now it is very much not an okay situation. Akuma going to need to deal with, Wesker actually got the hit that time. Phantom Dance didn't kill, but just like maybe 3 chipped gunshots, maybe 2 is enough to take out this character right now. And that is not the situation that you want to be in. Like, oh, okay, that somehow worked out, but that felt very risky for all players.
Very. Very scary there. So that's player 1. So tying it up here.
Okay, Jumpman.
Oh, looks like Legend might be having some connection issues also.
Oh no. Dang, the Chris's are trading their satellite connection. They need the comm link. Both, one of them's down when the other one's up. LivingLegend26. It's at 1-1 right now. First to threes for the set. And oh, unfortunately for Living Legend, it had thrown right at or frozen right after his Akuma throw, and that's why there wasn't demon flip into dive kick follow up on it. But it looks like they're both going back into it, seeing if they have what it takes to get through any challenges that are going on. And that has been a substantial difference, is when Living Legend gets the Magnum shot, a lot of his Magnums have converted into full combos, while I feel that JumpManStrat's been getting a lot more of the 3 pieces off of them, where it's like Magnum into 4 medium or something. This is a very low life left on Chris, and he did not. He used the meter trying to get out safely. That's always the worst when you're trying to save the character, and you're just like, okay, I'm going to get in safely. It'll take 2 meters, but it'll be better than letting the point character die, and then you lose the meter, and you still need to come in with the other character and need a mix-up. Just all kinds of bad. Oh, and went for reset there. And the cross under combination punch? I did not know that had such a cross up hitbox in that way, but apparently Jumpman did, and it was enough to take out this Wesker.
Saw that there was a boulder stuck to Ronald McWester's back, and so just felt the urge to punch it.
I mean, sometimes you see one of those juicy boulders in need of punching, you just can't help it. Oh, but just like there are juicy boulders, there's also anything in the general vicinity of a beam that Akuma wants to shoot. That's just as eager of a target. Throwing out a lot of those, but this is far from over. Oh, especially in...
No way!
No,
I thought we were going to see a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I thought so for a second, but then I remembered, so... the grenade from Chris, I think, will remove the remaining hitboxes from Akuma's Shoryu Super, if I'm not mistaken, because of the way its durability works. So I think that he lost all of his hitboxes, so the follow-up of all of the things going on ended up hitting him, despite the normal ability for Shoryu Super to eat most projectiles. The Chris grenade is one of the few things that's big enough to just be like, nope, you don't have a hitbox anymore. And it looks like, oh no, the flamethrower has dropped. So many things where it feels like Jumpman is getting a lot of wins in neutral, but then just like the general combo consistency has been higher for Legend. But this is potentially the last game. If JumpManStrat takes this, this is going to be Living Legend going to the loser's bracket, but Legend does not want to go there. He has that Punisher skin on, not here to die today. Oh, Chris may be here to die, but he has 2 other characters who are not here to die today. Let's see if this Wesker Akuma can run it back. Got that gunshot, and just those jumping back pokes with it, doing some work. And goes into the Phantom Dance out of the lower gunshot assist. That way there's no glasses. So now slighted, vantage, and just like counter poking. Oh!
You can tell both of these players are...
I think I would have gone for Phantom Dance DHC into Ami, because like, if I could kill Akuma there in a way that would be safe on block, I would just go for it, because, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm really scared of Living Legends Akuma, but I would definitely prioritize killing in that situation, especially if there's a safe way to just invest meter and make it happen. But Ami here, is this going to have a way to go into level 3? I think it does because of the knockdown, and with that, Wesker is going to die, and Akuma has all the meter but no X Factor on incoming against most of the Chris and an entire Amaterasu with 1 meter on deck.
Ooh, good Magnum into the
Almost
flamethrower, not able to confirm.
Almost, but not quite. And even just that shotgun, Akuma's life is so low. Oh, he's going to be able to kill Chris with, I think, 1 meter spent here. Yeah, one meter is enough. But let's see, Amaterasu's low damage, but no, it doesn't matter if you're low damage if you don't get the chance to get the hit. And Living Legend is going to kill off this dog if he hits the rest of this combo. Okay, Living Legend tying it up 2-2.
Player 2 wins.
stuff. I was a little bit worried that he didn't go for that extension. I was worried it wasn't going to be enough health, but Legend has run that combo so many times. This was very calculated on his side.
Legend, great player, and Akuma's damage output is just good enough that, in general, if he touches a character, even like decent health characters, they're probably gonna die. So a character, Amy, I think is tied for, what is it, the third lowest health bracket in the game, or second lowest health bracket in the game? She's a very squishy dog. Like, health is not one of the blessings she has. She has a lot of other blessings, but health is not one of them. And those flamethrowers are a blessing that is catching Chris's feet here. I think that this is going to just kill leaving Living Legend with just under a meter, but no X Factor used on either side. We will see whether Jumpman's able to make it back with that Amaterasu Wesker with 3 full meters to work with, but it feels like he's having a hard time getting in against Chris's zoning with Ami. Using some of that full screen counter. Oh my! Got the hit on Chris. Is this going to be the end? I don't think going to build enough meter for the level 3. Oh, goes for the snap instead. Realized that, like, last game, Akuma was the thing that made it so he lost. Wants to get rid of this character before there's the opportunity for things to go badly.
Gonna stall in the air to avoid the super. We might get a punish.
Dive kick. Oh, and with the chance, still got the punish. And goes for the unblockable on Wake Up. Very nice by JumpManStrat. He's going to be able to kill off Ronald McWesker. Both players have half a... Oh no, not killing off Ronald McWesker. Why is this character alive?
The health on this man.
No longer alive. Okay, and I also like bringing in... Both of them X'd there, ended up needing to, but now there's no meter available for Living Legend, and having meter is one of the... Oh, having Akuma is even more important than having meter for him, and Akuma is now gone. It is now Chris with the last trails of X Factor against Wesker Amaterasu. That drop was a big deal, but this is going to do a lot of damage to Chris.
My
And
God!
kills him off. Oh my gosh, I didn't think it would kill him. I thought it would just hurt him, but it looks like JumpManStrat knew that that was enough, went for the THC, and Chris died. Jumpman moving on in winners and sending Living Legend to losers.
Alright, so right now, coming up to stream, Rock Mode, or Rock for short, going up against CattyCap. Rock deciding to rock his Shumagorath team right now. CattyCap with the 0 Morrigan Doom. And CattyCap getting things started off with a bang here with his Happy Birthday. Not able to finish it though. And now, CattyCap is going to opt to switch to the zoning style of 0 here. But Rock doing a good job of avoiding all these projectiles with the air dash there. But yeah, thank you so much, Weeberman, for the 420 tip. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for supporting the doghouse, man. And now, Shuma doing a little bit of his own zoning here. Finds the hit on 0, but Dr. Doom Rock messes up the confirm here. But 0 looks like still going to go down. Good start off for Rock here. Oh wow, that jump light interrupted that Shuma ball. Drops the combo, so Rock decides to just stay back a little bit here. Rock is a Morgan aficionado himself, so definitely knows the right screen position to be in at certain times against this Morgan. CattyCap decides to pop X Factor there. He probably was afraid of the eyeball explosion. Ooh, and it looks like CattyCap is having a little bit of hard time getting the Soul Fist unfly loops going. So X Factor is expended for CattyCap, and now only 1 meter left for well, actually no meter left now. Decides to bring in Dr. Doom for the offense here. Rock doing a good job of zoning with this Amaterasu here. Ooh, good foot dive to punish the dog lunge from Amy. Wow, good catch. Good confirm for Rock Mode off of the weirdest of hits, but finds the confirmation. Slowing things down is Rock Mode. Puts the paper out for the incoming. Good block for Caddy Cap. But gets tagged by the Shuma Mystic Ray assist. That assist is so good. Covers the whole screen. Oh, tried to delay the sword to compensate for the juggle from the rock assist. So Caddy Cap gets one more chance to survive in this first game. And the paper is going to seal it for Rock Mode. Game 1. Rock Mode looking pretty solid here.
Ready? Fight!
Game 2, Caddy Cap goes straight into Zagenmu, wants to put some pressure on this Mystic Squid here. Good lightning from Caddy Cap, gonna find the confirm on Shumagarath here, but drops the combo. Weird body from Shuma there, letting the squid fight for another day. Such a good DHC to bring in the next character. Those Shuma balls just linger on the screen for so long. And then the fuzzies. Good stuff from Rock there. We're going to have some Ami extensions. That was so good. TK Photon Array for the kill on Zero. Looking good now. Ooh! Caddy Cap not afraid to come down with buttons. Finds the confirm on Dr. Doom. Gonna X Factor into Astral. Gets tagged a little bit by the Doom Super, but that's okay for Caddy Cap. Still has one more bar on deck if he chooses to use it for another sister activation. But probably wants to build up a little bit more meter, just to have that in the stockpile there. Oh, the Shadow Server not able to reach full screen, and sadly, a precious resource from Caddy Cap has been expended. Meter is so much more important, especially when you don't have X Factor to back you up. But Rock finding the hit on Morgan, so now all up to Caddy Cap's Doom. The movement of Rock's dog is so on point. Rock mode, knowing he doesn't have to take too many risks, just decides to opt into this ice zoning with Amaterasu. Slows things down a little bit of a trade there, but nothing too consequential for Rock mode here. Able to take a few hits. Ooh, see? Rock goes in, takes his turn, see what he can do. Notice he didn't get a hit, backs off. And time is not on Caddy Cap's side here, unfortunately. So Rock going up on this set, 2 games right now. What are the adjustments from Caddy Cap? See, Caddy Cap is opting into the zoning style play. I think he would be better off maybe being a little bit more the aggressor here. But also, like, he's getting the hit here. Let's see if he can finish this combo on Shuma. Not able to finish. Shuma is definitely a character where you gotta lab these hit confirms on because, like DatHazy was saying in the stream chat, the cosmic weight changes how fast Shuma falls. So definitely gotta make some adjustments for Shuma. But not gonna be able to get a chance to do that with Zero at least. Rock making quick work of Caddy Cap Zero. And now Rock finds the throw on. Oh, do we have these? Are we going for a ride? Yo, let's go. The dog infinite at the doghouse. I wouldn't have it any other way. And now, is this? Oh, I thought we were gonna get some variations here. Okay, that would have been very interesting to see how that looked. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Slow Doom, bro. Sounds hilarious. Wow, and Throck is opting into the full screen zoning with Amy. I would love to see Caddy Cap be a little bit more the aggressor here, because right now Caddy Cap is just sitting full screen and letting Rock get the zoning off. He's trying to fight the full screen projectile war, but ice from Amy is just too quick for you know, to really make that a viable strategy. And now X Factor is going down for Caddy Cap. Wow, almost confirmed off that OTG off the ice super from Amy. No way. Ooh, I thought Rock was gonna get that confirmed. The backwards facing confirmed. Alright, Caddy Cap finds the stand heavy there. Gets a little bit of damage on Rock's Doom there. But Caddy Cap's Doom living on a pickle, and this Team Super be enough to chip out. And Caddy Cap decides to concede the match there. Good stuff to both players, but Rock is going to be able to take that set 3-0.
Wonderland. Who will come out on top? Ready? Fight!
Every hit counted that time. Holding back.
Bone Wonderland. Dare to believe you can survive. Get ready to brawl. Fight!
Might controls everything.
Get ready to brawl. Fight!
Don't get so cocky. You're going down. Here I am.
Player 1 wins.
You dared to challenge a son of Sparta?
Lone Wonderland.
Honduran opting to go with his Modok Morgan Phoenix. Going up against KeemisClossy's tried and true Caps Doom Iron Man. Ooh, are we gonna burn? Oh. Missiles did pick up the point character, but team not able to confirm. The egg body throwing a lot of people off right now. Ooh. So what are we gonna do here? We're just gonna go for the damage. Not gonna be able to kill. Oh, let me cut my mouth. Yep, it's gonna be able to kill Modok. Yes, Isicera, if you want to hop back on commentary, that'll be very welcome. And look at Morgan's short body able to just completely duck that Unibeam. But not that time, however. Welcome back, Isicera.
Hey there, JDog. Thank you for your flexibility. Just like, I don't know when my cousin will be able to call because when he has access to a phone in there, it can be tough. But we have some Phoenix. She doesn't have 5 meters, and she is getting foot dived in the head. And with that, it looks like KeemisClossy is going to take that first game over Honduran.
Good stuff to Keem. Keem is actually one of my longtime training buddies from the PS3 days, so I have very high hopes for Keem to do well.
That's
in this
exactly
loser
how you
side
started.
action.
Wanting to make it through, prevent this Modok from getting started, and Morgan's bleeding pretty badly right now, so even if there's just like a snap or anything, that's still going to take off half of her life. Like, I would go for snap here. Okay,
Let's see what he does. Oh! Probably tried to
Freedom?
drop it.
He did it for freedom. He wanted the freedom, you know? Sometimes you gotta be free. But Morgan is not getting free of this block stun until she manages to crouch under the block string because she is Morgan. And she summoned Phoenix.
Oh my god!
Okay, Honduran making this hard on himself, but now he has access to X Factor 3 Morgan. Is he going to be able to run this back against the entirety of KeemisClossy's team?
Oh, he got the hit! Oh, it's gonna win. Okay.
The
Keem
Shadow
just needs to
Servant
stay calm.
And X Factor's already down to like less than a third remaining. She has meter, but like, and she has time. Captain's gonna die. I think that if this is definitely a winnable situation for Honduran, but he's going to have to work really hard and just avoid getting chipped. Oh, that's how it starts though. Getting the hit on Dr. Doom, but pushes him outside of the corner, and like, this is one of the things where any THC punish? Oh, I think that Keem could have. Oh no, he doesn't have enough for the Iron Man. Because
he did have enough for the Iron Man, but he tried to do the Team Hyper combo. But Keem able to close it out there.
Yeah, it looks like Keem going up 2-0 real quick, while and very good patience. Keem not getting hit by the air dash down into S. This time Modok's going to get set up a lot more. already to 2.5 meters. Even though no real damage has been done, this is looking substantially better for Honduran than before. But last time, he was looking pretty close, but summoned Phoenix as an assist. Let's see if Phoenix manages to actually go dark this time. Oh, and that hit both. This is going to kill off Morrigan for sure, and probably MODOK as well. But Dark Phoenix is on the rise. She is going to happen, and she gets the hit on Captain America first. This is going to be it. Does Keem have what it takes to survive against Dark Phoenix? Goes for freedom, then is going to gets an extra opportunity to live. It's not that long though, so does Honduran have a Dark Phoenix? Doesn't look like the Dark Phoenix is there, but she is still a Dark Phoenix with X Factor. Soon, this is going to be out of X Factor, and she's going to start losing life. Does he have what it takes to fight this Iron Man and just avoid getting chipped to death? Maybe mix up and kill the Iron guy?
Good block from Keem. And this is all just a waiting game. Like, Keem just needs to draw down the health just a little bit longer and find the chip setup. But Dark Phoenix is not lacking in the damage department, even without X Factor.
Gets the knockdown, TK shot. Oh, it doesn't get the full.
You can do it, dude!
That's it, and Keem with the 3. Oh, manages to kill off Phoenix in a different situation every single game. Regular Phoenix 1 game, Assist Phoenix 1 game, and Dark Phoenix 1 game. And with that, Keem in his winner's bracket didn't quite work out, but let's see if in the loser's bracket this is exactly what he needs to take on the power of Hulk. How do you feel about the Hulk versus Chris matchup start round?
Very... Oh!
That's one way it could go. Okay, looks like this game is potentially in Pirates' favor pretty dramatically. Didn't need to use any resources because there were just like 3 resets back to back to back. But looks like getting out those drones, trying to get pressure, and just like punching Spencer out of existence. This character is going to go down. Throwing in that Gamma Wave, get a little bit of extra opportunities for these bounces. Goes for the dry tag, and because of this is going to be able to mash really hard. And just goes into the Hulk DHC for the kill. Has so much meter left over because of all those resets on the first character. And now, let's see if this Dark Nova is going to be able to channel his inner amongst shadows and go in there, or if this Nova is going to fall prey to the Hulk. Going in with the crouch medium, but he did not properly deal with the armor, and the gamma charge is also too much. Goes in, and it looks like Nova is going to die.
The disrespect!
Player 1 wins.
Well, Living Legend
my
says
goodness.
that Chris is a terrible character to play if you don't blink. So, it's like, putting that out there, you need to have that movement on deck if you want to get the most value out of your Chris. But looks like even with that, Weeberman is willing to say no, even though this isn't his main team, he still thinks he could get the wins with it. Just needs to make an adjustment, and part of that adjustment is getting the throws on Hulk. Instead of getting thrown, if he gets those throws instead, it makes a huge difference. Going for that frame trap, and the frame trap with Gamma Crush hits.
No meter though, this is gonna drop.
Bounce did not work. Yeah. In that situation, do you just like mash as hard as possible to try and make sure that you get as much damage as you can, or what do you go for with Hagar when you know you're not going to get the bounce for the kill?
You're actually not DHT at all, actually.
Just
Oh, you
not
go to
DHT.
body press to get the Oki.
Went for that upward grapple, and now Hagar is going to be able to kill off Spencer potentially. Oh no! Why Spencer flipped out, and so many opportunities for dead characters that did not end up dead, but Armor Piercer. When you're at point blank, that move is incredibly fast. So remember that Spencer has that fast button. Looks like Nova, we saw that, or we were asking if it's possible for Nova to make the comeback before. Let's see what Nova gets to do when he has a lead, because I think that shields against Hagar are pretty obnoxious for the Mayor to deal with, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, shields and Javelin, just like, oh, now X Factor's been used on both sides. If there's the opportunity for Weeberman to just stay away until X Factor runs out, just being able to slowly chip Hagar with shields is going to be too much for Pirate to actually deal with. Oh, and the slant shot came out. Even with slant shot. Oh, what's this going on? I think that it would have been possible to do a late human rocket there to try and finish him off, right? Because the Hagar body press, once he touches the ground to follow up things a projectile, so Nova should be able to just go through it. Going in, Hulk has him cornered, but that... Why is it when people are even picking up Chris for the day, they have those throw combos on deck, or just like something about playing Chris makes people want to get those good air throws, make good decisions. Ooh, but that command throw mix up feels like it may have come from JDog himself. Pirate channeling his inner dog, channeling that inner dog to get that kill because that command throw was clean.
Good stuff there. Very sad drop for Weeberman. Pretty sure he wanted a combo punch at the end of that flamethrower. Yo, instant overhead clap?
Ooh, and Spencer may be healthy, but not healthy enough to get hit by Hulk. I don't think anyone's healthy enough to get hit by Hulk and be okay. Going to get the Hagar incoming. Is it going to cross up or not? Oh, it did cross up. I think I would have been hit there too. About it, but I was thinking too long, and it looks like Weeberman may have been thinking too long too. And with that, his Nova is going to go down, making it into a 2-1 match in Pirate's favor. Hazy noting the power of Chris as a grappler. Well, he does have flamethrower setups out of grapples. Oh, but they both mash throw, and you don't want to mash throw against the Hulk because if both of your H's come out, it is not going to be in any other character's favor but Hulk's. EHC into the Gamma Crush. Oh, that was not the desired setup, I'm pretty certain. Must have had the input crossed up, so the Gamma Crush got turned into Gamma Quake, and that reset Chris. Ooh, hit the Sentinel, but you're not going to get the grapple follow-up if you hit an assist. So it looks like Weeberman is going to lose Spencer for that exchange. Oh no, had armored through the Armor Piercer. The Armor Piercer is a lie. It didn't do what its name said. The armor beat it. Come on, Capcom. What's this false advertising we're getting? Oh, but Nova, not false advertising. He goes in to kill this Hulk. The Armor Piercer may have been false. Does Nova come back? It's real. Got the cross up with the shield, but didn't confirm. And with that, it looks like Pirate is going to keep Weeberman out of this turn. Nice work to LePirate, and better luck next time, Weeberman. That was so close to being very cool. Oh, we have a return of the Jint. Welcome back, Jint.
Howdy.
Looking like he's running the Dante.
Alrighty. Switching into the main stream, or I guess the Discord stream. Looks
Yeah,
like they're playing neutral right now.
Yes, indeed. Getting out that... Oh, and Chris has already pushed Dr. Doom back to the corner. Captain America in the middle is an interesting role in this fight, because it looks like we're going to have to see him play. Oh, so many Magnums, all of the meter, and a dead Doom. This is a happy situation.
Bullets.
$2 is going to take a while to animate, so he doesn't get a great incoming on Captain America, but okay. And caught with a bunch of hits, but none of them ended up fully confirming. Uses the X Factor to make it happen.
Wow, that's just a simple fuck that. I'm not dealing with this shit. He's gonna die now.
It's like, how much experience do I have against Sentinel? A decent amount. There's tons of people that I play in WNF that rock Sentinel. How much experience do I have against Cap? Not sure how much. And with that, getting rid of the characters that you don't have as solid of a game plan against is generally a good decision, because even if it's like, oh, this character, the matchup works a certain way, if you don't know how the matchup works, there's the opportunity to just die to them. Not worth it to accidentally lose your character when you could have just not interacted in the first place.
Oh, that was painful. There was a chance for him to capitalize, but he just couldn't land a hit on time. Dante just got it away. Right now, it just seems to be very scrambly. Looks
But the
like
2M is enough, and Dante is going to die in a way that... Oh, Dante may not die, but at least he doesn't build any meter for his team during that entire exchange. And got the hit, so it looks like Living Legend is going to take this first game and go up 1-0 against the Danger Box.
yeah, it's a very risky thing when you're trying to come down from the heavens because it's a free left-right mix-up, especially if you know how to dodge some of Sentinel's normals.
It's true. And Sentinel's buttons are huge, but they're mainly huge in front of him. A lot of characters in this game hit dramatically far behind them, but he's not one of those characters for the most part. Oh,
Ooh,
and Magnum
sweet damage.
ended up catching, but the 6M was not far enough to catch Captain America. X Factor's worth it here.
No,
Oh,
that is not worth it. That's the wrong confirm.
Yeah, you need to backdash and either backdash and jump or just back or... Oh no.
No, that's a miss. Oh, it actually landed. That's good. But he's gonna figure out to get. Oh, he caught Living Legend pushing buttons, manages to punish, and turns this into a really advantageous situation. Unable to get to confirm right now. Gets hit in the face with another charging star. Solves a lot of problems, surprisingly. I'll try to do a shimmy. Oh, good idea. Very good idea.
It's gonna happen again. Oh, he went for it again, but ended up getting shield slash instead of getting the stars and stripes. Needed to be a little bit more American, and it would have worked out. But Akuma putting in this work, going for those loops, and manages to kill Doom without even needing to spend any meter.
Oh, that might get a hit. That is not a hit. Now he's dead. Oh, once again, manages to get a lucky drop, but unfortunately falls into the next mix-up by Living Legend. And Living Legend is now up 2-0. Danger Box seems to have some generally good ideas, it's just hard for him to get the conversions.
Yeah, it seems like he's making good decisions in neutral, but off of some of the scrambly stuff, it's ending up in like just not quite killing. And there have been a lot of times where he's invested powerful resources like X Factor, but didn't end up quite making it worth the investment. Oh, Sentinel is bleeding. That is
Yeah,
the
he's
quarter
got
of
a
his icon.
Living Legend is just going to completely fall into the full zoning pattern. Captain America can get something done, but I'm imagining Living Legend's probably going to try to do something to bait him. No, that's not going to work. Oh,
He needed the hypercharging star there, right?
that wouldn't work. The way Chris properties are, is it creates a new capture state, I guess for lack of better words. It'll either freeze you or electrify you, and it nullifies any of Captain America's movement. I got blown up by that a couple of fights ago.
Or loses. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, because it has some sort of weird, like, property. You'll get frozen, and Charging Star doesn't deal with getting frozen for some reason. Alright, going back to the match, looks like both players pop their X Factor. Danger Box doing whatever he can to survive, but unfortunately gets hit because Dante teleported, getting comboed, and he should be down soon. And Living Legend move forward.
Living Legend advancing in the loser's side bracket, and thank you, the Danger Box, for getting in a set, even though you didn't manage to get any play instead of the Taskmaster. I'm not sure how I feel like this. If he gets leveled up, this is great, but having Frank West level 1 against JDog just sounds like not a lot of fun, especially if some flamethrowers, some incendiaries come out. This is looking like a scary situation for Frank to try and make it through. So many drones, so many incendiary grenades, cross under with them too. Throwing out magnums. Luckily for Jin, his Frank, just like Frank is a low crouching character, so Magnum just pops right over his head if he's just crouching full screen. Doesn't need to worry about taking chip damage in that situation. But ended up using the meter after the dry tag. Ryu got hit, and oh, he got the hit too, but the sweep knocked down, and because of that, didn't quite have the time. Ryu is going to take a beating here and is going to die. Franquest coming in with just a quarter of his life against Chris, Hagar, Sentinel, all feeling pretty healthy. And it looks like JDog's just going for like a chip strategy instead of trying to go in more layout incendiary grenades, getting those submachine guns going. Oh, but that's the hit for Frank, and with 10 hits as a starter, he may be able to build up. Went to the down TAC, but didn't get a confirm off of it. Those delayed crouch lights. didn't invest meter. Okay, didn't invest meter because he knew that he was about to open JDog up, and now Chris is going to die. Andy has the incoming mix-up on Hagar, potentially set up something to get Frank leveled up. Oh no, Frank cannot level up when he is dead, so needs to be a little bit cautious about that. Eat some fish, some chip damage, but Hyper Sentinel Force coming out. Wow, the timing on that was very strange. It looked like it was just as the hit was coming through. And he's using Tools of Survival Assist, not even the standard shopping cart. With that, Frank is going to be able to level up and kill Sentinel. Oh, this is actually looking much more dangerous for JDog than anticipated. He has a terrifying Hulk there, or sorry, Hagar, also a terrifying Hulk, but that's not who's on screen right now. The elderly mayor is putting in the work instead, able to get the hooligan launcher, or not hooligan launcher, violent axe on Frank, and now we're having an honest match in between these two characters. Oh, but JDog doesn't want the match to be honest. He wants to just kill this vigilante that's in his mayoral district. You can't have Captain America just going around making your housing prices go down by fighting supervillains that are launching rockets and doing terrible things in your neighborhood. It looks like Hagar here protecting his little enclave and getting rid of Captain America for his crimes. Hagar takes it. JDog goes up 1-0 in this set. And don't worry, JDog, I'll take care of scores so you could just focus on the match. So, is Jint going to make an adjustment? He's still staying with the Frank West Tools of Survival version, not going with the Taskmaster here, but it looked like this had been a pretty hard opening situation for him before. He's dealing with the Hagar in some pretty consistently good ways, but that Chris, on the other hand, is putting in work against him, managing to counter poke when he's on the ground. That may have been some conditioning on JDog's path. Saw that Jint likes to swing when Hagar is there, just because Frank's little body goes under it, doesn't need to worry about Lariat, but just because you go under Lariat does not mean you'll get out of Chris's 2F. It's both characters with this, but doesn't decide to invest X Factor. And really good delay by Jint. If he had swung any earlier, then the Incendiary would have blown up right on top of him. But because he delayed his attack, he was able to get the hit without Incendiary ruining the combo. Nice work. And the happy birthday into X Factor, even with all that brilliant play by Jint, it was not enough to survive, and it looks like he is going to have to try and make that 3-0 comeback because JDog just went up 2-1. Doesn't appear to be taking my commands at the moment to put in scores, but we're seeing what we can do to get the scores updated to show that, like, right now, even with all the brilliant play that Jint's been doing, he made good reads, he had good pokes, but it doesn't let you win against JDog. He's just such a terrifying player. So, are we going to see... This time the Taskmaster is on the field. With Taskmaster here, this is scary business. Because I think that Taskmaster fights his team substantially better than Frank does, and provides a better assist than Tools of Survival did. So I would not be surprised if this team composition is much more well-suited for fighting a Chris Hagar. Oh, but not if it gets hit by a Magnum to the face. And the chip damage from those drones and those submachine guns coming together, Captain America's shield is not saving him here. And JDog misses the ability to use SMG to pick up afterwards. But plenty of just like additional poking, just getting a nickel and dime victory, manages to kill Captain America without needing to spend any resources. Oh, and this is going to trade. Oh, the crouch light was correct, but then didn't manage to confirm. Gets it off of that throw though, and Jint going to get a serious hit on Chris, but his HSD ran out a little bit early. Is he anticipating the use of an assist or so there? Because the assist is very... Ooh, opportunities to keep pressuring in the corner. Looks like he's backing up a bit against Hagar, making sure to not overcommit and get piped in the face. and manages to shoot down half of Sentinel's life there real quick. Okay, 3/4 of Sentinel's life, willing to invest, and gets the hit with Ryu, goes for the side TAC. Is he gonna build enough? Oh, he built the meter so that he didn't need the TAC again, but went for it anyways. And the counter is not going to work against grenades, but did give the opportunity to get set up. The second the grenade came down, and he was able to survive. Jint holding on with the last bit of resources that he has, but Lariat is too strong. JDog showing exactly why Hagar needs to die. Can't leave this character with a pixel. He's going to get rid of Taskmaster now. X-Factor's burning down pretty fast. Ryu coming in with the crouching, or with the falling light, manages to get an opportunity to play, and X-Factor's about to be out. So as soon as... Oh, got the hit with that? Okay, this is entirely possible. Sentinel is a pretty squishy robot for some reason, so if he gets hit, I think that Jint probably will have something to take out a 3/4 life Sentinel just going into basic hyper, but JDog is making sure to minimize the chances this gets in, but regular Ryu is not EX Ryu. He can't get a combo off of a throw without spending meter, and JDog going in with the power of that Sentinel, taking on this Wandering Warrior and sending him potentially out of the tournament. Microwave is strong enough, and Ryu has been vanquished. Thank you for taking on the spot of 2 to max Jint. It is appreciated, but JDog is just too strong this day.
Morgan doesn't really provide much for Zero, because Zero already generates a meter by itself.
No, Dark
I still
Harmonizer's perfect. Dark Harmonizer is Zero's best assist, but like better than Jam Session by miles. The Jam Session's already good for him. Like, I
Just again,
Morgan.
It is by no doubt not a bad assist. I just think that for Zero, he doesn't really need more meter because he generates meter so well.
But he could generate meter without interacting with, when he has her, which is part of why it's so repulsive. Because now it's like, oh, if he gets one more summon, he gets to activate, so get into a neutral again. And then what's Cap gonna do if he just shows out like 100 blue busters?
But then right now, he has a pretty good assistance with Iron Man. Iron Man does really good.
Oh.
I didn't see what assist he was using for Doom. Uh-oh. Now he's
And
gotta
like,
deal with the...
Oh, question by the way, Jin. So earlier, KeemisClossy beat Wesker incoming Fall S with a Captain America max range standing heavy. Does that move actually anti-air, or was it just like Marvel magic happening at that moment?
Stand H is a really big normal. It just has a really long startup. So once it's out there, it's pretty hard to hit or even like punish Captain America.
That makes sense. So as long as you have the opportunity to get it out, it's reasonable, but like you need that like time for something like an incoming mix-up or something where you have just all of the time available to get going. Oh,
yeah, and one of the other... Oh, yeah, that's a punish. Also, the other thing about Captain America's Stand H is it changes his position, so it may have fucked up where Wesker's S is going to, so it may have missed his hurt box. Like, I didn't watch it, so I can't really tell you offhand. But those are 2 things I can think about. Oh, sure about finishing shower. That was a really strange one. Doesn't matter, but it gets a combo. Morgan's gonna eat it. I don't think there's enough meter for him to really kill, so I'm curious to see what he's gonna do.
Would you X here? I would X here.
No, I want to X.
Not X. Yeah, I think Morgan is enough of a worse matchup for this team than Doom is. Especially like a Doom mirror when one of them has a strong assist like Unibeam is so much easier to fight than Morgan in general. Oh, if you just hit her with THC, everything's okay.
Yeah. Again, Marvel is a lot about matchups, understanding what the characters can do, because those characters are dual set. Also depends on understanding how the players play. So in this current state against the 2 players, I didn't think there was a real need for an X Factor.
Makes a lot of sense.
Now you have heading it.
It looks like KeemisClossy took game 1 against Catacap, going up 1-0.
If Catacast improves his rate of Morgan fire, then it might be a different question. Right now he gets a hit, also able to capitalize. He needs to get that second meter in order to get the kill. Gets it. 1, 2. Yep. Zero's gonna be dead after this. That does around 800k, maybe now 100.
And the Sphere Flame is definitely enough. Brings back in the Cap. I feel that Cap... Ooh. Oh, got
That was a
the
good
hit
mix-up.
with that double jump light, but didn't get the quite get the confirm off of it.
Yeah, one of the things, at least as a Captain America specialist, hands down, Iron Man assist is one of the best assists for Captain America. It covers so much for Captain America. Captain America also hits hard, so he has to worry about the damage scaling.
That makes sense.
And you could create some really nasty ways for Cap to get in. But right now he's just being showered with beams.
And then Doom's going to be able to build enough that if he wants, he could DHC into Astral. Oh no, he could get clipped in the legs and then die. That's not how you DHC
No.
into Astral. Not how
Once
you
again-
DHC into Astral at all.
Right now it's just a battle of throwing finger lasers and who gets a straight hit. Oh, everyone gets a straight hit, but no full conversions. Conversion just
Yeah,
happened right now.
That's that full conversion. Oh, ended up deciding to use meter anyways, just to
Just to
establish
speed it up.
dominance, let's say.
Yeah, right. I guess for this match I get to speak of how players, or both players, can actually get their win condition. Doesn't matter. Ooh,
wake up!
wake
with
up.
the Proton cannon. Is there a good confirm here? No.
I think you potentially could if you did X Factor into level 3, but I just can't say.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, got it! This could be it? No, couldn't get it. He got the right hit, but wasn't able to confirm.
Oh,
Yeah, he was...
Smash level 3, mashing level 3 is correct. No, why would you let there be another chance for this character to live?
Nice.
This is what happens when
Oh.
you let an Iron guy live. Okay.
Doesn't matter if he mix up.
Multiple attempts, but dang, KeemisClossy, that Iron Man has been putting in work.
He's definitely playing a lot of pressure. Oh, that's a free hit Morrigan, but that super's gonna end and he's probably gonna get punished. Yep.
And Missiles is not in a place to disincentivize Zero. Missiles in general, like all of Zero's things that move forward are very good at avoiding. Missiles coming out.
Yeah, Zero's a very heavy forward momentum character, so once he gets in, he has a pretty good, like, at least 75% chance of getting out. Good mix-up, unable to get a conversion, fortunate. Pretty sure you get another hit again. There he gets a hit, gets one more hit, and through 3 resets, just gets rid of Zero. All intentional.
I mean,
Okay.
don't you want to reset a robot? Isn't that how you get rid of them? I've watched enough sci-fi to know this is how it goes.
I thought he was supposed to turn him on and off again.
Well, turning him off is exactly what needs to be done. But, oh, Sphere Flame, not quite enough, and then use the X Factor pretty late there.
Yeah, I wasn't able to
The
fully
level.
convert. Doesn't matter. X Factor foot dive was all part of the game plan.
All part of the plan. But KeemisClossy now has access to X Factor, while all of the resources have been used for Caddy Cap, and that Unibeam allowed the
Oh,
conversion.
that's unfortunate. He messed up on it. He got Buttergun instead of getting foot dive. Okay, he gets one more shot. This will be enough to kill, just depends on how much meteor he wants to gain out of this. Okay, one, there. After that. No, that was a bad idea.
So this way, DHC'd early to make sure that he still gets a mix-up as Iron Man, I think.
Oh, he gets a hit. He has to watch out for missiles.
Oh, and with X Factor, oh, can avoid. Did not manage to avoid it. She has the opportunity to set up Astral. This is possible for Catacat, but still pretty hard because there's
Yeah,
so many
Iron Man has really good ways of just evading Morgan Astral. But the thing is that if Catty Cat manages to get a hit, oh, never mind. Now he's just gonna wash out with beams.
Oh, it didn't confirm, but it still was a situation that she woke up into death. And with that, KeemisClossy with a 3-0, moving on in loser's bracket over Catty Cat.
Good stuff.
So he barely ended up going to loser's bracket in the first place. We're going to see if the fire is burning in his heart and he's going to take it to the pirate, or if pirate's going to get in at this start and put in the work with Hulk. Oh, I rarely see a jump H whiff from Hulk. That is an incredibly uncommon starting situation, but looks like King Carlos getting in some momentum, but now he's in the corner and Zero took 3/4 of his life in damage. That's
Ooh,
looking
good zoning.
kinda scary.
Good zoning from Steve Upper's side. Oh, he even got a hit.
And
Managed to successfully launch Hulk in time, but fortunately got hit anyway. And on the reset, now Viper is just gonna eat it and die.
Eat it and die, Viper. It'll take another DHC, but it's worth it. And every single character on LePirate's team, when they're crouching, it doesn't get them under her eye laser, so they need to block it even when they're crouching. It just makes the matchup really hard in all ways. Getting rid of her is worth it, but LePirate showing, oh, every character on this team is going to go down, investing that X Factor, getting pressure against Doom, and the Photons didn't end up X-Factoring, decided to use it a little later, didn't want to overinvest in a situation that it wasn't safe. Getting those Photons, oh, and that dry tag punished perfectly. Hulk is going to die, and Hagar is going to need to eat him incoming mix-up. All the resources are available for King Carlitos. Looks like Hagar is
You
going
got the
to
conversion. Oh, I said that too soon. I think that'll still hit. Never mind. Will you recover in time? Yes, he does. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I think having a Sentinel with a Hagar assist would be better than a Hagar and a Sentinel just coming in raw.
I love the double photons, and like getting that Pixel Hagar out still changes the way that Carlitos is allowed to play. Like he seems to be willing to just like come back and photons. Oh, that could be the kill. Was not the kill, and Hagar also didn't die though, so there's still the threat of Lariat influencing how neutral gets played. I feel like Sentinel is actually pretty okay against Doom. Like, he has big buttons that eliminate projectiles, and...
Are you sure about that? Because
Lariat.
he just got stepped on.
He does, but this was not the time that he managed to make it, and Carlitos coming it back. That solo Doom proficiency, running it all the way back after Viper and Zero died, showing that just because those characters are big threats on his team doesn't mean they're the only ones.
Alright, now we're into the next match. Started off with a free grab. Oh, no capitalization though. Looks like we're going to see another reset attempt. Right now, Carlitos is definitely pressured in the corner, so he has to figure out how to get out.
And those drones are coming. Those command throw reads have been on point by LePirate. Definitely channeling his inner JDog in this. Getting damage on Viper. Oh, and Doom is going to take me. He just got up in time to get away. If that had caught Doom as well, it would have been like half of his life gone. And the H was...
He did the buster shot.
The S had already gotten the bounce. The H was not the way he could confirm there.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Didn't take advantage of the fact that LePirate didn't have no meter. Oh, he didn't even convert to X Factor. That would have been good for.
I definitely like killing Zero with resources, but I can understand after that last game wanting to be like, maybe I need to save it for this Doom now, because don't want to use X Factor if it isn't going to guarantee the win of the game.
It's a really tricky timing with Hulk, because once you get that charge, if you don't time it right when you do X Factor cancel, you're not going to be able to land a hit.
That makes sense. And the Buster comes out, knocking Hagar away. So Genmu activated. Getting stand mediums, I'm not sure. I assume those were Harangekis. Oh, Hulk came out swinging in the wrong side. Gamma Crush was probably intended to kill Zero, but then just got an opposite direction Tsunami.
Wow, he didn't get hit with a jump.
Carlitos did not release Buster. If he has not released Buster, Zero cannot block until he touches the ground there. So that was greedy by Carlitos, but nice job being patient by Pirate and not going for the punish when there was a chance to release Buster and just live through.
This is... I'm not sure how LePirate's going to do, because his biggest advantage was his health, and now he can't do anything but just do switches. So unless he gets a hit in, these next two characters are going to die. It's going to be a Hail Mary off Sentinel.
This is looking like a pretty stably good situation for Carlitos, even though his characters have a decent amount of red life. Like, there's not really a good situation to get chips that that comes out of where Pirate is right now.
Ooh, he gets a hit. Now there's hope.
You don't need chip, you need to just hit them. Of course, Sentinel could go in. And that Pixel Hagar going in, but not able to get it, gets the backdrop. This is potentially going to kill.
That is the kill.
Okay, so that was the choice with X Factor. In the first game, Pirate decided the way to use X Factor, kill Zero, kill Viper, everything's going to be okay. But everything was not okay. Doom came back, and this time X Factor was saved even though he had an opportunity to kill Zero on hit, and decided to invest it at that time where it will win the game, and that ended up being the right decision for him.
Yeah, it seems like Carlito has a solid game plan. All he needs to do is be more solid with it. But he's got to be careful because LePirate just needs that one chance if Carlito lets up on his defense. Like, looking at this team make things hell for Team Big Bodies.
Yeah, I think this team is just like, if they ever get to the opposite side of the screen, it should be then. Oh, but also if they get a hit, Viper and Zero are both characters, and Doom. They're all just characters that do so much damage that even against these big bodies, they could kill off the character.
You have to be very, very specific. Viper has all the tools she needs in order to take out big bodies. As we're seeing evidence here, Carlitos is giving a great classic example that she can rush down when she wants to, she can zone when she wants to. Like, she's a better version of Zero in my opinion. But Zero has better tools.
I feel that they're both very powerful, but like, a lot of the things that are strong about Viper, there are technically tools that beat them, but a lot of the things that are strong about Zero, they just didn't give characters the proper tools to interact with them in meaningful ways.
That's true. One of the things balancing aspects of Viper is the fact that you have to use meter for some of the super strong versions. Whereas Zero, it's all about timing and just waiting.
Like, Sentinel did not take any damage, and that is going to Hyper Sentinel force the Doom. Doom gets hit a lot, but there was no choice to X Factor there. Part of me wants to just be like, get rid of the Doom. X is already
gets a hit.
On Carlitos' side.
Unable to capitalize, goes into Sogemu. I'm assuming he tried to get extra chip damage. Ooh.
Oh, and this is just the end of Sentinel. I would have invested X in Sentinel there because I feel like Hagar solo against like any of these characters trying to zone him is just going to have a miserable life.
Yeah, you need to create insane mental pressure on an opponent to be effective with Hagar, and that takes a lot to get worked around things. Even in the pre-Parasect days, it was all about mental pressure in order to cause the opponent to just make that one slip up to capitalize and create things forward.
Okay,
Excuse me.
and taking a second to go back to character select. Oh,
Going to
the
Virgil.
Dark One is going on to his team. I actually think this is a mistake because he's substantially stronger with Hagar than he is with Virgil, just like playstyle wise and play experience wise. There's always the chance the Virgil thing can happen.
Virgil just has a much better chance right now. So if he's able to bring out maybe 50% of Virgil's potential, that would be enough to win the match.
You'll see. Oh,
Okay.
God,
Oh.
cross up. And
Cross up, gets a throw.
second hit, even though she has 3 hits on that attack, the second hit has that hyper armor there for Gamma Crush.
Oh, fortunate. He was trying to get Doom. LePirate decides to gamble it all in this one shot. It's going to be all about how far can he get the pressure. Oh, got the hit, but wasn't able to capitalize.
Size
Really
was so enormous. Jeez, she just anti-aired with it when he was still like not at a space where Viper was visible on the screen. Amazing work. And
That is a dumb move, man.
yeah, Seismo used to be my favorite move in the game. Alright.
That is an anger-inducing move on my end. Because you get to spam it all day, it has crazy range, and you can choose where you want it to go. And then you have EX Seismo, which is a free invul.
Yeah, EX Seismo is incredibly ridiculous.
I'm not sure about that one. Yeah.
And it's to be aware that the Gamma Quake was going to come out anyways, and kills off Hulk, and Virgil is going to need to deal with the mix-up. Virgil having no meter is actually a very hard time for him to do much against Zero. Once he has meter to get Spiral Swords on, it's a little bit more reasonable, but like...
Yeah, he's definitely doing the switches. Not sure what's your choice about that. Now he's just going to get zoned to death.
Yeah, this is looking bad. Managed to not die. Oh, I was going to say managed to not die instantly, but then died.
Got pressured by Zero. Good stuff to Carlitos, taking it over. See
For
that.
Carlitos, and sorry, Pirate, you are unfortunately out of this tournament now. Better luck next time. Great play thus far, but Carlitos was just too on point this evening.
Inner Boo is activating. Alright. Let's see what the opening strat is here for both players.
Okay, Isa trying to go forward. Gets the hit, gets a happy birthday. Combo is resetting and recomboing. Either way, this team is bleeding. I don't think JumpMan's going to be able to show us Chris for this first match of the set.
And just like that, Isicera is already like has tons of meters for days because of those resets.
Yeah, Ami's going to have a hard time because it's going to be about figuring out the right timing to reflect. Once she gets a soul or sister on, it's just going to be tough times. Or she could just grab and just kill him.
Nope, opposite going to the Astral.
Good
But this is
idea.
good.
Oh, that was smart. That's an interesting way to use it. Great way to get rid of Morgan and just kill any hope of her actually doing something. Probably has to switch to Annie.
Yeah, unfortunately, he got a weird bounce on that Phantom Dance.
Okay, so it's just going to be very particular. Oh, gets the hit. Catches Isicera, not realizing Ami's coming from the wrong side. Excuse me. Resets the situation, knocking in Magneto to half health. Now it's all going to be about who gets the next hit. Definitely trying to catch Ami, just doing anything sloppy with a magnetic blast. Isicera once again getting an advantage. Now it's all up to Wesker trying to just get the right poke. He definitely has to be very careful because Issa can just pop X Factor if he does anything a little too sloppy. Oh, forced him to use X. This is good. Not anymore, it gets hit. Okay, what's Jumpman gonna do? Never mind, Isicera just comes in guns blazing. Once again, guns solve all problems. Good job to Issa.
Jumpman was kind of in a position where he kind of had to like take some risks there to get something going for him.
You have to. I mean, it's all about trying to figure out how to open up the opponent in Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh, once again, Issa comes in with First Blood. Looks like Chris isn't going to get a chance to play for this one again. A combo, is he going to go for a reset? And then probably Sister to a combo. Oh, never mind, just wants to go for just straight up neutral. Probably a good idea.
Yeah. Isicera is definitely in no rush. He is very much a fan of this, just drawing the game out as long as possible, as long as it keeps her in a very safe position.
Yes, she definitely likes to play Morgan very defensively, and really likes waiting for the opponent to come to her as opposed to her trying to rush down the opponent if she's the opportunity. And it's been really, really effective. So this is unfortunate. Gets the mix-up. Does the Ami Team Super Special, but I'm not sure what this is going to do, so this is going to be pretty picky. Alright, tries to go for the THC Infinite. Gets a hit, unfortunately drops out. Gets Dante. Definitely a great compensation. Yes. Dante bleeding at, what, 20% now? That's pretty good. But it'll be up to Jumpman to actually capitalize. For slowdown. That's actually scarier, because now you got Soul Fist coming at you everywhere, and that's just nasty. I think this is one of the few times where Ami Slow Super works against her when it's on. Doesn't matter though, she gets a hit. She gonna go get a meteorless kill? Yes, she does. Alright, good job. Oh, gets a hit. Unfortunately, wasn't able to convert and gets punished with a throw. Ami is now gone. Issa is once again back with a life lead, so it'll be dependent on Wesker. What's Wesker gonna try? Oh, unfortunate, it gets hit with the Dante assist.
Keep it simple and clean, I like it.
Just says, I do not want to deal with any sort of fanciness. I just keep you dead. That's all up to Chris.
Well, did you see Chris kind of like glitching out there a little bit?
He saw the Matrix, that's why he turned red. Oh my god, great hit.
Oh,
so many straight hits, but unable to capitalize. But now Jumpman has the life lead. Unfortunately, he also made Issa for an X Factor, so it's all about who gets a solid hit first, or if Issa's just going to try to wait it out and just chip him to death.
I think that's the plan. Chris anti-air options are not very strong at all. She can definitely just lay him out in the air.
Yeah, he definitely has to make risky jumps. But yeah, at this end, any straight hit's going to kill him because he has just no more life. But
there's still time.
He has to get around the hit. Oh, yeah, that's a chance to go for a throw. Level 3, just do it. Level 3. Oh! No, that is not enough. Level 3 would have done it.
Just a slight miscalculation from Jumpman there.
He had the right idea. Oh, a nail biter right there. But looking at this, it looks like Jumpman might have the tools he needs because he's getting stronger with each match. So we'll be able to take this into the next one and actually start evening it back up.
That's gonna catch Chris.
Okay, Chris still has a decent amount of health, so I'm assuming he's probably gonna want to switch Ami soon. Oh, decides to go to Wesker. Oh, I see what he's gonna try to do. He's gonna try to build up meter and then go for the Team Super.
Yep. That's the Jumpman special for sure.
It works. Wesker is stupid strong. Like, I thought it was... Oh, you know what would have been good? If he went for a throw. But that's really hard to say in this craziness. Gets a throw, takes out Dante. Smart idea. Also smart. Jumpman looks like he's adapting to Issa's playstyle and getting his solid hits.
Ooh,
Oh,
the
no.
hits on the side.
Does a teleport you might be able to punish. No. A little too risky. Yeah, you definitely forced Isicera to go into your defense mode, so let's see what happens. Ooh, good
That's
punish.
the hit. Emmy super not active to keep it going, unfortunately.
But it did buy time to kill off X Factor, and I think that just matters a lot. Yeah. There's no Dante to help add more defense, so Jumpman definitely has a much better chance to land straight hits on Morgan if he manages just to choose the right shot. Ooh, good job on laying down the landmine. Excuse me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, unfortunate. He had the right setup, but just wasn't able to do anything. Popped out, got punished. Chris is now down. Oh, a lot of straight hits. Issa's definitely trying to punish. Ooh, that's risky. Magneto's definitely going to be able to punch that. Never mind, I am dumb.
Ooh, good check on the teleport.
Yeah, I think
Oh my
Jumpman's
God.
strategy. Oh, unfortunate. Well, even if he plays this, maybe he'd probably win by just chipping out Magneto. Excuse me, never mind. Gets a straight hit, catches Magneto, and now it gets his a point on the board.
Showing signs of life here. I like this. Making it a very competitive match. Competitive
Yes.
set.
Ooh, got to launch, but unfortunately wasn't able to capitalize. Isicera flips in and gets a hit. Looks like it's just going to be a lot of flying around until someone gets a legit hit. Oh, Issa once again manages to get a happy birthday. This is going to be brutal. I don't think he's going to kill Chris unless he gets it right move, though. But Amy seemed to be pretty pivotal for Jumpman to actually get anything rolling, so it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to work around it. He definitely should switch off to Wesker soon, though, because I think he definitely needs an assist. He's way
Well,
just
the
waiting for a
Dark
chance.
Sister has been pretty effective for Jumpman in the past, so maybe that's what he's riding on here.
Like, Wesker with an assist is so much stronger, in my opinion.
Good block, so Wesker does get a chance to play.
Alright, just needs a hit. Just trying to catch Wesker doing anything sloppy. Once
So we
again,
gotta survive this Astral, though. Ooh, doesn't look like
Yeah,
we're gonna
that's
be
not
able
it.
to.
Issa's gonna close this one out.
Oh, that drops! X Factor!
I still don't think 3 characters and you force Wesker to drop it early. All Issa has to do is just continue to apply pressure. And I say that, ooh, gets a gunshot and gets a kill. Wesker still has 30% X Factor left. Can he get the hit? Oh no, he got the hit, but didn't realize it was a hit.
No, he was just
Ooh,
running
that was
counter,
sick.
dude.
That was very sick.
Are we gonna take this to the? Are we gonna take this to the limit here? We need one more touch.
I'm hopeful, but if I say something, it's gonna be a commentator curse.
Optimized combo. No, didn't get to level 3.
Oh no, that wouldn't have killed anyway. Like, I think
Wesker does
Wesker's,
have tools to avoid this chip damage, though.
he just needs to get a throw. If he gets a throw, he wins. But if he's
Oh,
ooh,
that's it.
no, that won't
Oh
kill.
no, oh no.
Issa will probably go into. Never mind, there's a trade. I was expecting Issa to go into Devil Trigger, but just not enough time. Jumpman caught her before she had a chance to get there. Wow, this is a real set.
Let's go.
Nice. Definitely like to see good sets. Now it's all about the neutral. Usually most of the time Jumpman's always on the back foot, but if he manages to get momentum here, that'll be huge.
Oh, I
Oh.
bet you he wanted a tick throw there, but Isicera is not afraid to press those buttons.
Indeed. Oh, going straight into Morgan, realizing Magneto's not getting enough pressure. Probably needs to get out of the corner though, because you do not want to get locked down with Dante. Oh, he got a hit. Incendiary actually worked. Launches in a combo. Morgan should be dead as long as he doesn't make any errors. Oh, just doesn't even want to switch to a new character. Just says, screw this, I'm taking out the rocket launcher.
Well, he has time to switch if he wants to. Nope, gonna rock it out with the Chris.
Seems to be working so far. Oh, bad heart tag, gets punished by Dante assist.
Right, and the flame grenade was not there to save the day.
And this is just going to be really, really brutal. Oh, no, maybe it's pretty good because you actually forced Issa to use all her meter. And also burned off, what, 60% X Factor in order to kill Wesker? Once again, ooh. Magnetic Blast just said screw this. Manages to get behind Dante when he's trying to do the Helmbreaker. This should kill. I'm not even sure how you follow up with that. Oh,
Nice!
that's how you do it? Alright. I didn't know how the interactions worked in order to do it right. This one's a little strange because you get thrown. Yeah, he did it way too close. Ooh, just snaps his neck.
Okay, not gonna
Magneto's
kill though.
doesn't need to. Because think about this. Once he gets the damage, all he needs to do is lock down Magneto. So Magneto has to fly around.
Oh, the gunshots. The chip is real here.
Yeah. Like, even a shotgun will work if he does it right.
Oh no!
Oh! Okay, the match is still on.
The jump right dog.
Just headbutts Magneto in the head. And JumpManStrat manages to edge this out with a reverse 3-0. Such a close match.
Wait, is Hazy running the Magneto instead of the Zero this time around? And Rock Mode is going with the Shuma? Okay. Point Shuma, this is an interesting decision. Rock actually has a Shuma, so this isn't like some entirely nonsense thing.
Okay. Like, all I remember is just getting my ass beat by Rock every time I play him. So
he's a very good player, and he's technical with all of his characters too, where instead of, like, a lot of people, you can see that they practice combos with one character, and then they practice neutral with that one character, and then their other characters, they kind of mash both combos in neutral, but Rock's really good with everyone that he plays, and he's getting hit by Magneto here, and it looks like Hazy's Magneto is going to kill off the squid, but this leaves plenty of meter for Team Follow My Lead. Oh, ends up needing to use meter instead of getting to kill meterless. Going for the incoming Doom mix-up instead of Magneto. Gonna get the opportunity to get Red Life back for Magnus. Gets a Butter Gun to get some more pressure.
oh, this is gonna be ugly. Yeah, I was expecting Follow My Lead to come in. That Hazy missed his chance. Ooh, he managed to actually evade it all. That's very good for that Hazy, but doesn't matter because he gets caught and thrown. Not enough time to capitalize.
He's getting so many chances here. You don't want don't give away chances to either of these players. There's the opportunity for you to just lose.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Follow My Lead to just kick in soon. I'm just waiting.
I think one bad assist summon, like if Virgil comes in a situation where he doesn't actually get to get in safely.
There it is. But he only gets one mix-up. Once again, that Hazy avoids it once again. That is amazing.
Nice work to Hazy. Rock Mode actually looking in a pretty threatened position now that, oh, can he kill the dog? I like preventing Dark Dog from happening because Rock Mode's really good with the Follow My Lead, but also if his Doom dies, his Amaterasu with X Factor 3 is very scary.
Yeah, it feels very reminiscent of the times I had to deal with crazy people with crazy ammies like that. Oh, he finally lands his Follow My Lead. 3rd time's the charm. He's probably going to have to burn X Factor unless he's going to go for a reset. So I'm curious to see what he's going to choose. Never mind, decides to eat a foot dive. One of the more unfortunate options, but hey, foot dive works, foot dive goes.
I like this decision by Hazy to bring in Virgil. There's only 20 seconds left on the Marvel clock, and gets to do the missiles of the Dog Tush, and goodbye Amy. Hardly knew you, dog friend. Veterinary bills cease because she's already gone.
But now she's just going to be a sacred dog, or she's just cooked.
She is cooked. Demons cooking deities today, and DatHazy goes up 1-0, but Rock Mode, very strong player. We'll see if the point squid. Oh, it's stuttering a lot for Rock Mode. Yeah, sometimes I find shadow connections can be a little squiggly. So
And Nightbot responds with a "You got carried by Shadow Texas hard."
wow.
See, you guys don't think it's a joke. Nightbot's being more snide every minute. Okay, going back to the match. Looks like we're at neutral. Looks like both sides got first blood. Oh, decides to rely on the squid assist as opposed to using it as neutral. Probably a good idea because Magneto moves really fast, so it's hard for Shuma to catch.
Yeah, and
But
Shuma's
I'm
forward
not-
movement is so limited too. Oh, this is a very dangerous situation. Like, Easy was there outside of flight, already had air dash used, just falling in peril with Magneto, but ended up getting the hit anyways. This is going to be enough to get rid of Dr. Doom, which is largely a glue that holds this team together. Let's see if Easy, unlike many other people here, just deciding to go with the use the meter, don't go for the TAC infinite, and with that manage to kill the character that was the threat. Sometimes adapt to the situation, go for the thing you need to go for. And
Interesting.
got a shockwave.
And goes for like just lots and lots of meter. Well, it doesn't really matter at this point because what? DatHazy is already on deck with 2 meters. He's gonna get a kill, assuming he doesn't drop, of course.
And it was better for him to do less damage with the hypers there. That meant he got to build more meter with Virgil. So nice optimization with Hazy, even though it looked like he was spending more meter, actually had a way to spend less meter as a result. And with that, Ami is going to go down to the Shockwave, into the Spear Flame.
How does that
Dog
even...
is-
Okay, I was like, does the dog move to the right or does it go straight up when 99 Shockwave and that hits? But I got my answer, it just goes straight up.
I think it depends on the timing of the hits because the hits are very close together in Spear Flame, and each of them, if it's the most recent hit, that's the type of hit stun you'll be in. But depending on when things hit in relation to each other, it's possible for a Shockwave to pull out occasionally. For
So
the
as
most
a-
part,
So that's a question, what does more damage? A full distance Shockwave or a Spear Flame?
Shockwave full screen. I don't actually know off the top of my head which is more damaging. I'd assume the Spear Flame because Spear Flame's damage output is pretty ridiculous in general, but full screen Shockwave is pretty high. Oh, Rocket says that it's not working out going slideshow mode for the moment, unfortunately.
Really unfortunate.
Yeah, and sometimes that's how things go. Fortunately, like, this isn't a tournament that you needed to pay an entry fee or whatever, and because of that, it looks like Rock is going to run the squid, trying to beat down on Hazy, managing to get the hit on Doom immediately, and gets the hit on Magneto, but doesn't get the conversion. And with that, Hazy shows that non-standard assist setup, but brings in the snap with Ami. All these Ami players falling in with their falling lights, good decision, but didn't manage to convert it into a dead Magneto. Without a dead Magneto, though, it looks like Ami's going to be hurt, but not dead, I think.
A Magneto... I never heard Magneto being defeated by dogs, so this is going to be rough. But I don't think it's going to kill.
Rough, you said? The dead punch were stronger than I was able to get until like half a second later.
It's alright. I throw him out when I can, but that one was totally unexpected. It doesn't matter, the dog is getting cut up. And shut up. Move on to the next character, let's see how he's going to do with Doom. Wasn't able to move, and gets level 3 for his trouble.
But it's not going to kill Virgil, just leaves Virgil in for a mix-up. And
Oh,
mashing crouch
unfortunate.
light, but out of range.
And he also caught with a butter gun. Unfortunately, Rockmoon's also dealing with connection problems, so it's going to be how well he can come up with on-the-fly game plans while dealing with this. But it looks like that Haze is not giving him any chance to figure out a game plan. He starts beating on Doom.
And this is like Hazy's old team too. Hazy has since gone to that 0 for the most part, so interesting to
Oh,
see
never
that his
mind.
Magneto
Foot
is
dive,
still-
and he did a teabag. So Rockmode is not giving this up without throwing out some sort of shade.
The team's not in the normal order, so there's no Doomami THC available. I don't think the Squid THC is particularly great. Oh no, flew, but isn't going to be able to unfly in time. And gets
That's
hit
gonna
by
hurt. Gets a
Shockwave.
teleport. Yep, straight into swords.
Dark Squid? Do you think the Dark Squid has this?
It is hard. The only one I've seen be crazy effective with Dark Squid is Angelic. Everyone else, it's just They get good stuff, but never to the type of terrifying ability I've seen. Oh,
Yeah,
match is over. Does a now patented Remora tech, even though Quackbuck did it. I don't know. What's a new coin tech for someone who pauses? Keemy and just JDog going in? Oh, just JDog going in was a traditional team.
Oh yeah, this time looks like JDog. I know that Keem is one of the homies for JDog, another local player for him. So it looks like. Oh no, this is button check. Oh no, maybe.
Probably a
JDog
wrong
will-
assist. Maybe handicap. Seems like it's just an accidental error.
It does look like the Nemesis team is what's up for this. This is not going to be a crisp match as anticipated. Keem is bringing out the tentacles, bringing out the noodles, bringing out the Hulk. But
Like his other team,
Hagar has.
what team has is very difficult for just JDog to actually go through, because Iron Man says covers so much for Captain America's problems. See, just like that.
And
He's not gonna get the kill, but he's gonna make him bleed.
Would you X? Oh, he wanted X there. I'm not sure.
That's a
how-
smart idea. He gets rid of Sentinel. Oh, tries to go for reset, didn't get anything. See, look, Iron Man assist just locks him so much that Captain America can get in and out. Now he needs to just make sure he gets a hit. Ooh, gets a hit. Probably caught Hulk just trying to push buttons, but just was totally out of range for Cap to just capitalize on. It's total. Curious to see what he's gonna try next. Yeah,
Oh, if he had found a way to just build 1 pixel more meter, he would have the DHC ready.
flip. Saw it. Oh, he decided to flip again. That was a probably bad idea. Ooh.
That wasn't what JDog was going for, but managed to salvage it. As we were saying, when you find yourself dropping things online, you need to adjust to it, and JDog made good decisions after the drop happened, going in aggro with that Nemesis. Doom with Unibeam is pretty scary. I feel
That beam is just such a good lockdown tool. It doesn't matter. Just JDog found his opportunity to get in. Oh, once again, wasn't able to complete the combo. Like, a saving grace for Keem is that because Sentinel drones are no longer there, it just makes Nemesis just have a hell of a time just getting in. And the missile is pretty fair telegraphed, so you kind of predict to see what's going on. Finger laser to go in, blocks it.
missiles, why are they not able to beat the finger lasers? He was
Because they're
shooting
finger
around.
lasers.
I mean, I guess that one of them is like a type of technology we've had for hundreds of years, and one of them is futuristic magic-infused tech. But come on, rockets should be able to do something. I would hope.
What's
This is
Doom?
not
Doom does everything.
Doom does.
No, I think it's pretty rough. One of the hardest things for Hulk is to make sure he gets full conversions, and he can't do anything. Yeah, see.
Oh,
Oh, it doesn't even matter.
But it's still
Okay,
going
Kai,
to
run.
chip.
He get his Unibeam his way.
Yeah, I also thought Unibeam was the call there. Keem not overextending.
Team playing very cautious. Gets the first match of the set.
Also,
See
shout
it.
out to the people from Midwest who decided to play in this. Just like Living Legend highlighting that playing on connections out of the Midwest, regardless of where you're playing, like most stuff is happening on the coasts, and just have a challenging connection to everywhere you play. So
Yeah,
shout
I
out to
fully
these hard
expect it.
players.
Much appreciated everyone who came out to play at tournaments or even just play in general. Again,
Yeah.
it's never the most ideal situations, but we gotta do what we can because, well, it's hard as fuck to find matches of Marvel in real life. So, playing online is the best we can do.
And thanks to people for doing that though. Like, it's hard to find matches in real life, but we are grateful that you're keeping the Marvel community alive. Don't get people infected with dangerous pandemic diseases just to get in your Marvel. You can get in online and then get in matches in situations where you feel safe, your environment's safe, and you won't contribute to risk for anyone else. It's like a lot of the bigger tournaments have that like vaccination going on. Oh, looks like Captain America is getting the momentum at the beginning of this match. Gets the
He's gonna
hit.
go for a reset, so I'm curious to see what he's gonna try. Like, does not do enough damage because of damage scaling. There we go.
Arrow has an assist available. Is this going to be able to be done meterless, or does he still need?
No,
to
he needs to spend a meter. Remember, Iron Man's assist is insanely good, but you have to deal with the damage scaling.
Oh, that jab
Ooh.
afterwards. Clean. But now Iron Man is going to eat a ton of damage, and that.
Oh,
command
it gets a
after-
throw.
That's one of the things JDog is so good at is knowing when you're afraid and you're going to press a button because you're afraid, or not going to press a button because you're afraid.
No, the
And-
thing I found surprising is his timing for going for the grabs is really precise. Like that. You have less than a split second to figure out or decide to make a move. And most of the times you just have to commit. It makes it really, really tough to punish him because he's already committed. See? Did it again. He's already committed to wanting to do his move. So you gotta just be ready just to decide. Good idea.
The proton
Yeah.
cannon hit. It actually did hit him. He lost some life, but it wasn't enough to stop the armor.
That's so
That-
unfortunate. It was a great idea. You probably should have just gone for a level 3, but that's just a scary thing to go for. At the very least, he would have been able to force Hulk to go into X Factor if I don't remember if he burned it or not.
Oh, and this time managed to get that Hulk anti-air assist.
Ooh,
But
gets a
the
hit
happy
again.
birthday again. Nemesis
He
is
should
just
be
like-
able to kill. Because this should be enough meter. Yeah. Gets it.
and gets
One more
a
time.
little bit of meter
1,
back.
2. Ooh, even snuck into H.
Looks
Now
like
Hulk's
Hulk-
gonna have a hard time.
Unless he gets like a good hit. Oh,
X. Oh,
Dr.
missile
Doom.
saved him.
3/4 life there. But Hulk is going to have to eat this combo, and I'm not sure that he could really afford to do that. There's not going to be a kill here, but the reset is going to be pretty scary, and I believe that maybe it
nice.
is going to be enough.
I like
I
those
think it's
combos.
barely not enough, but very close to enough. Oh, it is enough! Gosh darn, nice work to KeemisClossy.
Wow, that was clean. Some good conversions I haven't seen before, so that's really, really smart use of Captain America, and also the resets. It seems that if JDog manages to lock down an opponent long enough, he gets an advantage, but if Keem is able to continue to capitalize off any little weak moves, then he's good. He's going to bring for X Factor. Bad
Oh, and
move.
this is great for JDog. He has gotten the hit. X Factor has been used, is going to be able to kill Captain America, and all of it is during the time that X Factor is running down, leaving KeemisClossy X Factorless with only Doom and Iron Man to try and make this comeback.
He's going to go for a throw. Let's see. Does he get it? Nope. Is the throw coming? No. I was surprised. That was a good throw setup.
But
Oh,
managed
doesn't
to
matter.
Get confirmation there. Nemesis's jumping M is very big and much faster than you would expect something that big to be. It's one of the better air-to-air buttons in the game.
What's more surprising to me is seeing how effective the Hulk assist is. It's just in the right positioning that JDog is always able to capitalize off it if he sees like he's gonna get a straight hit. Like I never
Get
pit-
out there.
oh Keem definitely needs to figure out how to get out. Never mind, he's gonna die.
Oh no, both of them are dead, not just Doom.
Pushed a button. So unfortunate.
And the dry tag back. Just wanted Hulk to leave and come back real quick for the finish. JDog is going to tie this up 2-2.
Indeed.
Why are these players so good? It's like an amazing set in between these two. We're going to have the final match in between KeemisClossy and JDog. And going with that start of the round, Stars and Stripes, but it was not the correct decision. Got punished. Well, no reset there, because often some missiles on that Iron guy, but looks like a few opportunities. It's interesting that even with what the assists are, it looks like JDog's choosing to play at a pretty far distance. Manages to kill Captain and has 3 meters left over to kill these next characters. Didn't quite get the super jump M confirmed. And that time it looks like he got a crouch H. I think that there must have been like an advancing guard attempt or something, because he slid forward with Nemesis. And now Nemesis is going to get another chance to live. Keem, you can't let this character live. This is why you can't let them live, because now JDog is going to put in that damage, get rid of Dr. Doom, and he has 5 meters available. I think he needs to spend 2 of them here, but spending 2 is absolutely fine. And is going to have a pretty ideal incoming mix-up with Hulk. Didn't decide to summon any assists or anything, just was entirely respectful. I wonder if he was checking, is Keem gonna swing? What's the thought pattern here? But it looks like JDog has the read in this final match. what is Keem going to need to do to run this all the way back with Iron Man and X Factor 3?
He shouldn't. Oh, he got the hit.
That's a start?
Yes, it's
Good
a lot of
win.
momentum. Remember, X Factor is always a momentum breaker, so it just comes to how fast he can get to solid hit in.
Oh, those
good
mix-ups
idea.
almost did the thing, but they did not, and now Nemesis is gonna die too.
Yeah, he had the right idea, but unfortunately, ooh, got it. I think
hard
he's a little
drive.
too fast
I would
to use
hard
X Factor. Yeah. I'll go for a Unibeam punish if I had a chance. That's tough.
Like, the fact that you can't get much more than Unibeam out of the situation is really sad too. Like, this
Just
is...
take what you can get. I mean, this is speaking from a guy who plays low tier. So if you get free damage, even if it does nothing.
Oh, that's gonna
Ooh.
catch!
No, it
Didn't
doesn't.
quite catch fully.
Oh, he gets getting straight hits. Oh, this is
could
it.
be
This is
that
it.
Sentinel.
This could be it. He has to do the combo. Level 3.
Needs to follow up with the smart bombs into proton cannon, because this is
This
a good
might be
kill
enough.
option.
Casino is mass produced. No, he
Dropped
doesn't.
it.
Gets a hit again. Doesn't matter. Ooh, post match.
And KeemisClossy is going to take a nail biter set 3-2 against JDog.
That's
A lot longer. I feel like a lot more people have door killing combos now than they used to.
almost like the entire cast has something that will work. But now we're going into the match. Oh, looks like we have the what is it?
Living
Nick
Legend
Fury skin. Nick Fury skin for
Punisher.
Chris. Oh, that's Punisher?
Yeah, he
That
has
was Nick
the-
Fury.
A skull on his chest.
So hard to see. Oh yeah, I see it now. When I look at a color scheme, I just think of Nick Fury.
I can see that. But either way, getting hit by Carlitos, but that meter usage, even though it got the hit, it did not turn into a confirm, and it looks like Living Legend playing that solid game from full screen, killing Viper. Is Carlitos going to be able to come back with the Zero Doom? It's definitely a solid shell, but
Oh, wrong move. But doesn't matter, he's gonna just make everything safe and make Zero just bleed.
oh geez.
Oh, but Zero got hit.
Already getting hit. Sometimes that's how it goes, and looks
Oh,
like
that's...
Doom-
No,
I
that
think
won't kill.
Doom doesn't die
That's gonna hurt.
here. Unless he
He's
goes
gonna
for, like,
go
TST
for-
afterwards.
Oh, he doesn't. Just goes for legit hits. Never
And
mind,
resets
gets for the
throw.
reset throw. Lazy
That-
super? No, it doesn't even do lazy super. Just goes straight into formal combo.
Nice work to Living Legend, taking the first game of this set with Carlitos.
Yeah, Carlitos Viper definitely needs to do better maneuvering around Chris's grenades and guns. Oh,
Running
decides to go with
Zero.
Zero. That works too.
If you
And-
kill Chris before he fights Viper, then Viper doesn't need to worry about the matchup. Oh no, but you need to kill Chris for that plan to work.
Oh, I got the hit.
Multiple hits happening, but confirms or not. Zero gets to activate Sogenmu. Not
Oh,
getting
gets thrown out of it.
anything out of it. Amazing work by Living Legend, getting those throws, getting rid of Sogenmu time. But like, even with that, he's
Oh, now he's gonna just be bleeding. And straight into Wesker. Gotta watch out for last grenade. Ooh, good job. Manages to shoot him before he gets the bullet out. Viper can do this, but he needs to be really good at calling out when he's in the right range to throw like a EX knuckle punch. Like that.
oh, and even though he ran into Incendiary, EX Thunder Knuckles Crumple is so long that he still got the combo after getting a 5-hit combo on himself.
Okay,
And with
gets the
that-
missile. Ooh, just says screw this. I don't want to deal with Wesker. Unfortunately, wasn't able to do the combo properly. Oh, EX burn kick is also stupid effective.
EX burn kick, pretty ridiculous. I think that it's the least ridiculous of her meter investments. I guess maybe a level. But it's like Wesker here has access to the tools. Akuma's available, X Factor's available. Is Carlitos going to be able to run this back? His characters do enough damage that even, ooh, got the command throw against him, did not get the Buster release in time to take out Wesker. Look at that. This is a very good situation for Living Legend. Went for that projectile counter just to be cheeky, but it didn't work out.
Doesn't
Does get
even
the-
matter. He should. Is he gonna convert to level 3? Yeah. Just to make sure that he has the X Factor version activated. I mean, I think Wesker's level 3 does around 400k. Even like no matter what scaling it is. So X Factor boosted version means you're doing like 600k plus damage.
Yeah, the level 3s in this game do not scale because I guess they wanted to make sure that if you're investing a level 3, it should always feel like it's hitting them pretty hard. So it's just all of them have 0 scaling. And great EX Thunder Knuckle through that mine, saw in it an opportunity, and used it to get rid of Chris. Is going to be able to follow up. I'm not sure if
No,
there's
that's not gonna kill. He's gonna go for Akuma. Yep.
I like getting rid of Akuma. This is a threatening character. He's a very nice block on the burn kick feint into heavy.
Oh, there he is. He has a chance
Should
now.
do that.
He should burn X Factor. Oh, unfortunate, just out of range.
And ended
Oh,
up getting
also
EX
unfortunate.
burn kick instead of burn kick feint, but Missile saved him from it going really badly there. Viper's going to die, but Zero gets to come into at least a situation where he gets to play.
Never mind.
Does not get to play. Hot shot, and then Chris is going to be able to finish off with so many flamethrowers to build up all of that meter.
I think Carlitos is trying to do like mistimed push blocks because it seems like he always gets a block down, but then tries some sort of action and gets hit.
Very
So
possible. But we've seen his Doom come back before. Let's see if it's able to make this comeback against Chris Sakuma Wesker. Oh,
Well-
that's not the way to start it out, though. And
Oh,
you saw
unfortunate.
that? He got locked on the opposite side of the screen. Chris was plinking his little heart out, but it did not work.
oh, and also gets Akuma. This is really great, and he gets straight hits on Chris. Manages to block the gunshot. This is going to be very favorable for Doom now, but he now needs to get the solid hit on Wesker if he wants a shot. Gets it.
That's it. Okay.
He needs to
Carlito's
land a-
back in this.
Yeah, definitely needs the damage while X Factor's still on, and gets it meterless because X Factor's still going. Now this is all up to how well he can land a hit on Chris. He does not want Chris to have a chance to throw out his level 3 or any of that nonsense.
So if he could just set up situations where chip's happening, if Chris blocks the photons and that gives him the opportunity to get like a photon super going, or leave the
Ooh,
ground.
that'll work. One more, but he's gonna jump.
Level 3.
Yep.
Level 3 is available, gets the hit. This was the thing you couldn't do, but you didn't build up quite enough meter to get the additional follow-up to the level 3. Couple more photons, maybe enough to get rid of this character though.
Ooh,
And Photon Super is going to finish this off. Chris cannot
Just
make it
barely.
through. Nice job.
had the
from
right
Carlito.
idea.
Carlitos held on though, because that was looking bad. He lost his point, he lost his mid-powerful character, but it looks like the real threat on Carlitos' team is his Doom. It's made comebacks in so many of his sets. It's like,
Indeed.
but
Viper's good at getting the hits, but not able to get the kill. Doom seems to want to be carrying. Zero also land, like both of his characters just seem just not able to fully capitalize and get the kills. It just Doom seems to always have to play cleanup. But I'm pretty sure Living Legend is keeping that in mind and slowly making those adjustments. Yeah, and another thing is Carlitos manages to get in by getting, being able to have a chance of getting lucky finishes.
oh, Doom is bleeding.
That's gonna be hard for
is
Doom now.
bleeding real bad. Oh no, EX Thunder Knuckle was not the correct decision there, and Kuma's feet eat up her laser, which is pretty unfortunate for Viper.
But he's able to get his chip damage. Right now they're roughly even health. I don't really. Ooh, never mind. As long as Doom doesn't die.
Yeah, as long as Doom doesn't die, this is looking pretty okay.
Yeah.
Can't summon Doom in neutral, but having a full health 0 to go in for fighting neutral, great situation to be in. Gets the hit on Chris, but ends up blocking Akuma instead. Level 3 Buster doing the work it needs to do, and gets the confirm. Saw that Chris was doing something he shouldn't have been doing from full screen.
And gets a kill. Now Carlito definitely has a chance. Ooh, gets the mix up. He's not going to be able to kill, so it's going to be determining what he's going to do.
This is
Off 1 meter?
0 can kill for 1 meter here, 100%. As long as he doesn't drop the combo, he should be able to kill off Wesker.
Now it's stand corrected. Oh, never mind. Looks
but
like I
he
was
dropped
right.
the combo.
Oh, pay me $1.
I'll have to
Wesker's
hit you back
MVP.
up with that later. But it looks like Akuma gets to live here, and going for the Shoryu super. Hidden Missiles does hit him, but this is, he can't be too greedy with this X Factor or like what he's doing, or else there will be an X Factor punish. Hero chooses to use X Factor just to stay alive,
I think that's better because of the maneuverability of Zero.
and
Yep.
gets the confirm. Akuma's going to die here, or as long as Carlitos finishes the combo, Akuma dies here, and Carlitos showing, just because he went down 0-2 at the beginning, it's not over. He is back
These
up
matches
ranking
keep running.
2-2. It's
This is a
2-2, and he has momentum now. What's going on? Is Carlitos going to take this over Living Legend and knock him out of the tournament?
seems like the story for at least few matches. Everything just looks really grim, and then somehow they keep clawing it out to make it really close matches.
These,
like Carly-
these have all been good sets.
Yeah, it looks like Carlitos is doing a really good job at adjusting. Gets a throw, which is what Chris's are known for.
Okay, Viper, what you gonna do here?
What's the combo? What's the strategy?
Oh, this is actually gonna kill because Zero's dumb. That's ridiculous. I did not think this was going to kill. But then Zero is in the
One.
corner. Oh no, he could drop combos. Dropping combos is actually a way that he cannot kill. But Chris has lost the vast majority of his life. Against this team composition, you just super jump release Buster as Zero. If he doesn't DHC, it will just hit Chris. If he does DHC, it will hit Wesker.
Unfortunate.
But Lito's
Yeah.
looking like he hasn't fought a ton of Chris Wesker, as many of us have not. But with that,
Yeah, it looks-
with this character, you just get to punish when Legend goes for that specific mix-up.
Yeah, Legend is just looking for his chance to go in for a teleport mix-up, which he successfully did and got Zero killed. Which is going to make things really rough because I think that was one of his best shots to deal with Chris while having Zero alive. So right now Carlitos needs to get a kill in. If he gets a kill on any of the characters, so it's definitely giving him a chance to have momentum. Oh, messed up. But Carlitos did a reactionary X Factor because he wasn't sure he was going to get the kill.
But what? Legend's still going in. Doesn't matter if his opponent has X Factor, meter, and vulnerable options. Just going to press those buttons, and with that, Viper goes down. But we've seen that Carlitos' Doom is kind of his main character at this point. That's the character that's been putting in all the work, doing the damage. But this time, Legend.
I don't think that's it.
shooting him.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
no,
just going to choke him out. Oh, decides to burn X Factor just for a free mix-up. Unfortunately, nothing really happened for that.
And nice work to Carlitos avoiding any chip that may have come from there. Just like, he does not have a ton of time though, so he can't really afford to take chip from Chris
Anything.
gunshots and Wesker gunshots.
Yeah, he seems to be able to maneuver around it, but it's just a matter of time. Carlitos definitely has to figure out a way to put in pressure. Oh, he gets a hit.
Medium, but it didn't convert.
Didn't realize that was an opportunity. Such split-second decision making. So, is this a 2-3 Living Legend?
This is 3-2
Yes, it is.
in Living Legend's favor. Yes, Living Legend.
For my controller, so if I know there's something going on, I just hit that panic button and make that person fall asleep. I win if they can't play, right?
It's true. If they fall asleep in the middle of your match, my technique for making people fall asleep in the middle of my match is I play Morrigan, and that's a pretty good way to make people fall asleep. So, looking for that hit, but Zero getting hits this time. Hazy is not going with Magneto, going with that Zero, but it looks like the power of Chris is on point for this tournament because Jumpman is going in there, managed to get the hit on Zero, but now has been blocking for an exceptionally long period of time and finding ways to
Is
not
the Magnum
die.
gonna shoot? No, he goes for the grenade. Now Chris just is now at half life. What is he gonna do?
Yeah, the
Go for a
is
throw.
what
That
he's gonna do.
works too.
Okay, kill Zero. I like killing Zero. I think
Ooh.
this is a character that's always a good idea to kill. And because Zero's pretty low life, Chris is going to build up all the meter in the process. He has 3 and a third to take care of the next 2 characters. Going to get to use level 3 defensively if needed. And Doom just swings on the way in. No fear that Nammy's going to take
grenade.
him out.
Chris incendiary grenades, one of the few things that actually act as a defense against foot dive.
Yeah, incendiary grenade is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I really like that trick. Unfortunately, though, it doesn't matter because Doom just canceled in finger lasers. Got a hit on Chris and converted to Virgil. And Amy's gonna get a hit. Is it gonna be X? Yes, it is. Not afraid of level 3 Dark Wesker.
I don't know. I'm afraid of Dark Wesker, but maybe the confidence that the incoming mix-up is just going to kill Wesker before he gets to play. Missiles do hit, but does not
There's a chance, no, it doesn't. Just the wrong side.
crosses up.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, what the heck? Oh,
Extra opportunities to play.
Doom almost died too if he just converted just a little bit quicker.
Oh, and
Wow.
mashing, you can't get in that situation. Looks like Jumpman here just needs one more gunshot or Phantom
Or just
Dance.
smacks him Wester.
Phantom Dance is enough.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
he landed a bullet and made Doom block and eat that chip damage, and after that it was just bye-bye. Okay, once again, let's see what JumpManStrat's gonna work on.
Manages to not die with Chris again. I like the not dying with Chris. This is very useful for the matchup.
Yes, please prove
hasn't
us
got
right
up-
that bullets work.
Oh, got the trade with the landmine. Even though the incendiary wasn't putting in the work it normally does, landmine was covering for the one time it messed up. And Zero's probably going to die here. And
That is
set up
totally
an
dead.
incendiary. Oh,
Doom decides to fly out, saying screw this.
does not want to deal with the mix-up. Oh, got the instant overhead light, but then was able to get out afterwards. Looks like this is a pretty good situation for JumpManStrat, but we will see. Hazy's really strong with all of his characters, and when that Dark Virgil rises, it is intense. Managed to get this good mashing on Hazy's behalf when he got their old board, but there was so much preparedness on Jumpman's side. Oh, he's gonna die to Spiral Swords? Does not. I'm surprised that Incendiary recovered in time and he was able to make it out of that.
Yeah, I think it's just your peculiar. Oh, he manages to catch him teleporting. Good stuff having that Nomer out.
So what happened was Hazy had thrown out Round Trip and was relying on the Round Trip to protect him when he went for the teleport. He blocked the gunshot that Chris did, which got rid of the hitbox for... Ooh, and the Rising Super Jump S was able to not be in a range that could get thrown and kills off Doom.
Wow, what a
Going up 2-0 real fast.
screw this. I'm just setting you on fire. Not even finishing up with a super, just lighting him up.
It looks like that fire coming through. What is Hazy going to adjust? He may need to adjust his THC levels in order to gain full power in order to handle this Chris, but I would not be surprised that even with the help of a Mighty Dab that he is not ready for this JumpManStrat going on this day.
I'm not familiar completely with the characters that Hazy does, but if he has something that has more forward pressure, like to
He
have
has that
sudden...
Magneto. You could
Yeah.
run Magneto instead of Zero, but I'm not sure if Magneto... I think that Zero overall is easier to fight Chris with. You don't need to do as many complex things to do, and when you're on Parsec, sometimes cleaning up into a more simple format can be worth it, but oh, Incendiary has come out, more Incendiaries come out, but just like Chris getting shot in the face, the missiles actually saved him from certain death there. Those are some very kind missiles.
Oh, the unexpectedness. Oh, look, Incendiary managed to save him, because the missiles locked on Chris, but he wasn't able to do anything. Oh,
And
once
Incendiary
again,
lets him kill Zero too. Oh my gosh.
that's
It looks
capitalizing so much on people sleeping on Incendiary grenade.
And invest level 3. I like investing level 3. Kill Zero. Never let
Keeps
this
Chris
guy
in.
go.
Yeah. A lot of people
Has-
love just keeping Chris in. Ooh, manages to smack him down, but wasn't able to do much. Doesn't matter, manages to mix him up, and he just punches Doom.
Does the full
Oof.
combination punch? I rarely see anyone ever use that move.
I am
Now-
surprised, too. I mean, he punched Boulder so he could punch a suit of armor. Is he going to try to do something? No. Gets a block, he's going to force an X-Factor. He even forces Virgil to jump into swords.
Oh, and Blistering Sword just makes ups are hard to deal with. Hazy is one of the few Virgils who actually utilizes that tool. Can't build any meter, but can kill Amy, and killing Amy is more important than building meter. Let's see whether the Dark Virgil has that incoming mix-up to stop Wesker.
Teleport? Never mind, gets hit. He's totally dead.
Oh, it's not building any meter.
Ooh.
Oh, and X Factor is available.
Yep, there it is.
Andro
I was waiting for that.
killed off Wesker. Wesker kills off Virgil. And with that, in a quick 3-0 in winners finals, JumpManStrat moves on to grand finals and winners side and sends DatHazy into the losers finals.
Definitely a clean sweep. Good job to JumpManStrat. Especially taking advantage and noticing players are getting ready to go. Alright,
So
let's see what we can
definitely
do.
it's gonna be an uphill climb for KeemisClossy. Just based on just the characters on the screen right now.
The thing is, Keem has stronger dominance on the ground level, so all he has to do is make sure that he makes his moves count whenever Issa lands on the ground. Because Iron Man Assist is just that good. If he manages to catch him doing stray things or stray silly things, then he also wins. But he can also get punished like this. Iron Man's gonna bleed, and now that makes it all much more dangerous. There's nothing... Issa has to rely on Morgan to get this. Conversely, if Keem manages to get a kill on Morgan, it definitely just swings so heavily in his favor.
Well, right now, Keem's doing a good job of avoiding most of these Soul Fists, but that's not saying much, unfortunately, when she has another Astro in the waiting in the back.
Yeah, see? That is so powerful because you could just Charging Star and have the Iron Man assist back you up. But unfortunately, wasn't able to fully capitalize. Needs to get at it before he deals with Morgan. I'm expecting Morgan to go to Astral soon. Oh, never mind. Just go straight to Doom because he wants to save. Pretty good idea.
Gotta keep your soldiers alive.
Yeah, unfortunately went a little too close. Oh, and decides to get out. Just to make sure to save the character. Keem definitely has to be very careful in getting his hits. He's able to punish assists when they come out, but he needs to be able to get in that hit because he's bleeding right now and losing a life lead. A lot of defensive. Oh, Issa managed to come in. Comes in with the combo conversion. Doom's gonna die. Mal's back to cap. Oh, Issa gets a straight hit, but didn't think it was gonna convert.
Ooh,
Oh, that worked. Yeah, I agree with that. You gotta do something. Oh,
the
unfortunate.
Interrupt.
Just a wrong distance. Doesn't matter. Gets a free mix-up.
No!
I don't know what happened, but who cares? It's part of the strategy. It was all calculated.
Oh, we got the hit!
Oh, I got a hit again. Just kill. Just please just kill. Alright.
DJ Flu making an appearance.
Thanks again for tuning into the stream, everyone. Right now we're getting really close to the finals. Ooh, got a hit. Wasn't able to get a conversion due to Dante.
KeemisClossy is from New York.
Really? I thought it was Texas, since you said you guys were friends.
Oh no, we were friends from the PSN days. We played a lot of.
Oh, okay.
The main training partner.
Oh man, I need to train with more Captain America guys. Oh,
Let's go.
Good conversion. Oh, manages to catch Issa without realizing what's going on. Such amazing pressure from Keem right now. And the missiles, and it's just as a kick, just to say hello. I think if Issa manages to isolate the Iron Man, she can definitely win this match. But right now, Keem's not making it easy. Ooh,
Good defense from Keem. Oh, no charging star though.
That would have been it. Doesn't matter. This is hilarious. You're so hype.
Oh,
Doesn't even need to assist. Just kills him.
one more, bro. One more.
I sense collusion again. I bet it's lag.
Let's go. Oh, that's a bird.
Oh man, it is definitely very hype, especially against a team that should be able to dominate this. But again, a lot of this depends on how Keem is able to call out the tricks that Issa is going to use. Oh, he manages to cap Iron Man. Oh, this is going to be risky. Is he going to burn X? Nope. Decides to save it.
Look, the meter on top of it.
Cap has no meter left because of the fireballs and Soul Fist.
I think, as a cat main yourself, what's going through Keem's head right now? What do you think?
Basically trying to avoid to get hit because he doesn't want Morgan to build meter. And on top of that, just waiting for his chance to call Iron Man assist so he has a chance to get in.
Brings Iron Man in. Iron Man on paper does have some tools to fight Morgan and definitely stall out. But let's see if Keem's going to showcase that tech here.
A lot of it depends on how he decides to use it. But this is actually pretty bad. He needs to switch out soon. Yep. Manages to cleanly get out with a solid heart tag, but unfortunately gets caught by Morgan. Issa going back to displaying full defense. This is actually good for Keem because he'll have meter to use, but he definitely needs to not give Morgan another meter to play with.
Well, she has it right now.
And Captain America is still bleeding, but he needs to call him out soon. Oh, gets hit. Got hit with 2 Soul Fists. Yeah, Iron Man's gonna die soon.
Oh.
He had to try something. Because if he loses Iron Man, he loses the match.
Oh, this flies right over that. Now no meter for Iron Man, just relying on the X Factor 3.
He's just gonna choke him out now.
Oh! Oh, too far.
No. Yeah, one of the problems Keem is having right now is making sure he's in the right distance to fully convert.
But Keem has been able to take 2 games off of Isicera, so he definitely has it in him to close it out. Just needs to pick his spots carefully,
Indeed.
but at the same time be a little bit more YOLO. Because you don't want to be too predictable. You don't want to be too scared.
Well, he just needs to be good enough at like getting in, because once he gets in, that's when things get messy. Issa doesn't want him to get in. Yep.
Let's go!
Ooh, that's bad. Oh, totally X.
Oh no! Mrs. X Factor! Mrs. X
Oh, and then he didn't have Iron Man assist. He was relying on that to get the mix-up. Yeah,
You got this,
could be-
Keem. Let's go. Oh, that was his chance.
I'm not seeing it, man. This is gonna be really rough.
Isicera is human, though, so humans make mistakes.
Indeed. I see that. Issa, ooh, got the hit. Caught her trying to fly. This is gonna get a kill. Takes out the problem. Now Keem is in full control of the match. But remember, Issa still has X Factor, so she can definitely flip this if Keem gets a little too aggressive. Just like that. Okay, Iron Man or Captain America's gone. Still about 60% of the X Factor left. Keem has to play very defensive. Never mind, gets hit.
Very good. Super jump confirmed from Isicera there. Definitely making this set go to distance.
So how well can Keem's Iron Man play against this? Ooh.
Oh,
Oh no, too far. I would have converted straight into level 3 if I had a chance. I think one of the things he could do as Iron Man... Oh, never mind. No, he gets one more shot. Gotta watch out for Iron Man assist.
Oh, that's
Oh,
it.
That is it.
Okay. 2-2 now. Isicera not giving up here.
Keem can still have a chance to adjust to the matchup. Again, I think the win conditions are pretty clear. Issa doesn't want him to get in. Keem needs to get in.
That's very smart. Just backing off of the Dante assist. Didn't want to overexert too much. Oh, no.
Gets caught, decides to push block because he didn't want to deal with any sort of shadiness. Oh, gets conversion.
Out of here.
It's so funny seeing you so hyped about this. That's great. Okay. Conversions. No, too high.
No, okay. A drop like that could definitely put a weaker player's mind in just the trash. But but Keem has to still maintain calm. He still has resources to play with.
He gets a free punish on Dante, but that probably won't be enough to make Issa just rethink of the strategy. He has to figure out a way to get in. Like, you definitely have to play bullet hell dodge.
Let's go.
Ooh, good
That's
Iron
not
Man assist.
Or, okay,
Oh.
never mind. You're gonna have the team super here.
Yeah,
This
that'll
does a
work.
bucket
This is
load
a
of
lot.
damage here.
It's equivalent to level 3.
Nice.
Gets a little bit more meter for his trouble. Manages to even it up. Now Keem has a shot.
Let's go.
Ooh, lands a foot dive. Issa did not see that happen. Okay, one more shot. Keem can close this out. Unless Issa manages to get a dodge. Teleport. Oh. Oh. This is a nail biter. It all depends on which character or which player makes a fatal mistake first.
Oh, this is a confirmed. Nice. Oh, okay, miss from Isicera.
Oh, Isicera working on just trying to get as much chip damage as he can. She doesn't care about if she gets a hit or not right now. Still about 38 Marvel seconds to go, so each player can take their time.
Oh, no. Almost had to confirm off the Unibeam.
Unibeam does such a good job of holding a player.
Cat.
No, that's not gonna make it. Never
Oh,
mind.
wow, that's
I'm a
nice.
liar.
Oh my goodness, the range on that sword. I was not expecting that to hit.
It's equivalent to a Stinger, and Stinger goes pretty far. I wasn't thinking either. I thought it was too far. Ooh, gets a hit. Wasn't able to capitalize.
Oh, the box dash. This could potentially be it if we optimize this.
It's getting close. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
why did
that's
we
it, that's
let
it.
go of the finish? Why did we let go of the finish? Why? Oh my god.
Issa closes it out, edges it out, just at the end. Crawling back from almost a wipeout to doing a reverse 3-0. Good stuff to Issa. I'm sorry, JDog.
Well, a lot of people have switched over to Smash GG, but Challenge is the one that I know how to use.
Yeah, whatever works. Smash GG is usually a popular one.
But 99-second Phantom Dance is a success.
Oh, match already started?
Yes.
Okay, I agree with this. Wesker actually has a much better job of dealing with Magneto than Chris does. Oh, he gets a lot of straight hits, just isn't able to convert. But it doesn't really matter because it's enough to kill Wesker. A lot of mix-ups. Ooh, got a hit, but didn't think it was going to convert. Doesn't matter, manages to mix up Morgan. Doing a lot of special tricks right now with Wesker. LivingLegend is definitely keeping the pressure up, but right now Morgan is definitely on the receiving end. Unable to get a conversion though, so Issa definitely has to rely on just getting her straight hits. Never mind, doesn't matter anymore, these characters are totally dead. And LivingLegend takes a convincing first match.
The relentless pressure from LivingLegend, is this the secret? Just relentless pressure against Isicera's runaway style?
Yeah, Keem's style seems to be working pretty well, so LivingLegend seems to be just applying it right now. Issa definitely doesn't like it when people try to get in her range. So as long as LivingLegend manages to capitalize that, it's good.
Oh my god, almost another birthday.
It's unfortunate. Issa always gets the hits, but isn't able to get into a full conversion. Ooh, gets hit. Oh, random hit again. Yes, just go for level 3. Go for the basics as long as it works.
Level 3 is good. No more meter on Morgan's side, and she is a lady who does love to have some meter on her side.
But it doesn't matter as long as you keep landing those fireballs.
Yup.
Kuma manages to touch her as she floats back down. Yep. Issa getting back into her comfort zone, so now it's on LivingLegend to figure out how to work around this. Oh no. That's gonna hurt. Oh, unfortunately, wasn't able to get a full conversion. Okuma's definitely bleeding, so it wouldn't be surprised to see LivingLegend start burning X Factor if he feels the need to. There it is. Oh, catches with an assist. Okuma's definitely bleeding, so it's going to be interesting to see how Issa is going to force him to burn X Factor. Tries to go for a Hail Mary, gets hit by a random fireball because of Astral.
Ooh, finds the dive.
Yeah, Issa can just wait this out at this point. Oh, it doesn't matter. She starts bleeding. Now needs to figure out a way to get out.
Yo, who knew cotton candy could hurt so much?
It's gotta be that fluff, man. Sweet Tooth's scary. LivingLegend definitely trying to go for special throws. He's waiting for a throw. Doesn't matter. Catches Issa. Not looking.
Good stuff, man. Finding the last hit needed while he still has some X Factor on his side to get that extra damage in.
Yeah, catching Issa with that stray fireball super was really, really critical to winning that match. Once again, gets a free hit. Shades are off. Ooh, catches Magneto again with that really shady mix-up with Akuma. Once again, gets the hit. Issa was definitely able to block the first one, but wasn't watching the second mix-up. Right now, this seems to be very commanding. Depends on if Issa is able to adapt with their Dante in time.
Oh, Vine's almost.
No, I wouldn't have done that. Oh, never mind. I would have done guns, even though it wouldn't kill. But hey, whatever works.
I think it would have definitely killed Akuma for sure.
Oh, fortunate. It was a trade. Right now, Wesker is waiting for his hit. Gets a straight hit, but it's a little too unpredictable. Gets the throw while Dante is trying to shoot guns at the floor. This should be a kill. Yep.
Wow,
and LivingLegend just cleans it.
3-0.
Nice and clean.
Nice work, Legend. Good games.
Yeah, he was really strong on his pressure. He definitely
power of his Chris and doing work, we're going to see if his power is enough to take on Hazy, or if Hazy's going to claw his way back up to face Jumpman in those grand finals.
Yes, we're at losers finals right now, so we're almost done with this tournament set. Thank you for all of those who managed to tune in the entire time. And we'll try to see how each player manages to adapt to the final matches. Right now, Living Legend decided to say, I want to get a free hit. It's in the free mix-up.
That's what's up. I also would have got crossed under by combination punch for sure. And Virgil's gonna die here with only 1 meter needed. So that left him meter positive for getting both the snap and killing Virgil.
Wait, I think that was 2 meter. Wasn't that 2
No,
meters?
but yeah, but he's back up to over 1 meter, so
Oh,
over
okay.
1 meter, you're positive. But this is going to be the Doom gets
wasn't
more
able to
chance
finish conversion. Doesn't matter though, Doom just lost 40% health in like 4 hits.
But Zero's still alive, and Zero still being alive can be a problem, but I have confidence that Legend has some plans on how to deal with this. Doom is not going to be alive much longer if he keeps getting summoned into Magnums. He is getting summoned into Magnums, and I saw an air button come out from Chris. It was very fortunate for Hazy that was not a Magnum or submachine gun, or just anything, but Hazy still has a Zero that has more than 0 life, and this is all you need to win a game of Marvel. So gets that hit on Chris, is going to do some loops in the corner and get rid of this character.
Yep, as long as Zero's still standing, doesn't matter what type of health he is, he can still kill you in one go. But Zero doesn't have meter anymore, so Living Legend manages to just tough this out. He got it. Never mind though, Zero manages to catch up with Zoop Zoop mix-ups.
This should kill again. Or snap. I'm not sure if killing or snapping is the right decision here, because Living Legend...
I think it's just kill.
Yeah, killing is worth it, but Living Legend's Anchor Akuma is something that puts in a lot of work. We're going to see if he gets to play, or if the Zero mix-up is too much.
Now he buys his time, missiles save Zero, and he also decides to block. Wise decision for DatHazy? Yes,
I
using
don't
the
know,
X Factor.
Are we sure this is a Zero player deciding to block? What's going on here?
I know it's very unusual. Smart use of X Factor too. Deciding to do that because he knows Living Legend wants to go for the chip. But unfortunately he gets caught by a straight fireball and just gets vaporized.
Even without X Factor, Akuma can kill Dr. Doom off of this health with 1 hit, and of course Dr. Doom can kill Akuma off of 1 hit here, so chances that this comes down to just war of attrition. Looks like Living Legend's trying to get in, but Hazy throwing out some butter guns, some photons, and making it just a little bit more obnoxious for Living Legend to get started, but not obnoxious enough to keep him from doing it. And with that, looks like Dr. Doom is going to die to Akuma, with Living Legend going up 1-0 against Hazy.
I think he did a teleport to get on their side of Dr. Doom before he landed that hit. It's hard to tell. But definitely Living Legend's really, really good at capitalizing and just finding in that small opening just to break open an opponent. And Akuma's damage output, even on a throw, gets you at least, what, 700k?
I think it depends
painful.
on how much you optimize, but yes. Akuma, I think, can kill Thor if he has assists off of a throw.
Well, just looking at solo, I did some basic rudiment, like really basic work, just trying to understand how much Akuma did. And he could easily just score 700k. So that's just off a throw alone.
Do like double hyper and just adding that to the end of a combo. As long as your combo did like more than 400k, it's going to be pretty effective. Wow, neither of the busters hit.
Oh, that was
RNG
risky.
is just in favor of Wesker, and it looks like Living Legend going to clean out the characters that you feel matter the most here, getting rid of Virgil. Zero's left with a Pixel, and gets to have a mix-up on incoming Doom. Jumping back heavy, that's an interesting setup, but looks
It's just an interesting mix-up. Using Akuma to set up, even though his Wesker's positioning was really strange. But it doesn't matter at this point, because I'm pretty sure Doom's going to be bleeding. Oh, and just dies on the last hit.
Okay, Dark Zero?
Dark Zero is actually stupidly powerful. Oh, DatHazy is forced just to be safe.
Oh,
gets a hit!
This is how it starts.
And just jump loops. Just lots of jump loops. Just go for super. Just vaporized. Unfortunately, he uses about 50% health, so he has to figure out how to get the next mix-up. Oh, gets it again!
That's it,
Just
using
piece of gutter.
these jumping down heavy loops. I have not seen people go for these, so Hazy showing us a different path to the Dark Zero. Dark Zero
gets it.
enough. Is this going to be the end of Akuma? Oh no, Akuma
No,
managed to get
a little
out.
too far.
But
But
this
he
is
can get the
fine.
shot. Needs to get a hit.
Jump.
No, times it wrong, gets punished for his troubles.
And with that, Living Legend goes up 2-0 against Hazy. Is he just gonna 3-0 all the way back up into Grand Finals against Jumpman?
It might be the case. That Hazy had the right idea. Unfortunately, he just got too close to let Kuma recover.
And dropped a punish because when he got behind, he had the opportunity to do up lightning into Buster Release and then just follow with a 2H. But that,
Drop combo leads to now dead Virgil.
Yep.
Unfortunate. Oh my god.
But he did let the Magnum come out, and is he going to be able to do high damage to Zero here? It took
Nope.
out half of Zero's life, but then is losing Chris Ford. Oh, but if that's
I'm not sure
actually
about that.
pretty okay for Living Legend, because now like Easy doesn't have X Factor for a Dark Anchor anymore. He still has Wesker and Akuma available. The incoming mix-up is not instantaneous. Oh, but he did get the punish there on that backwards teleport. Nice block on
just
the
enough.
overhead of dry tag. That could have been very, very bad. And gets the confirm on Zero, invest the X Factor immediately, gets rid of the character.
Gets a
and
meterless, and gets a
still
lot of
has
pressure. Okay, how's the mix up? 2 manages
it-
to avoid it, and now he's going to be able to buy enough time to waste out X Factor. This is really good for that Hazy at the moment.
And is going to have a ton of meter left over in case he wants. Oh, and just like before, it seems like Hazy's one of the players that is going to EHC early when he still has bounces available to build more meter with Virgil instead of just going for something where it gets more damage from hypers. Ooh. This is that chance, looking much better for Hazy than any of the previous games. Goes
I'm
for Bliss.
expecting Living Legend to try to go for... Let's see.
Oh, that beam. Oh, is
Oh, there it
going to
is!
be hit by missiles into death, and I'm sorry, Living Legend, that punish on Doom was not worth it. You lose your Akuma because of it, and Hazy is going to make sure you don't just 3-0 your way into Grand Finals, and now it is 2-1 in Living Legend's favor.
I was partially expecting him to try to go for Raging Demon. I was just waiting for it. Like, anytime he was going to try to go for, like, install. But that didn't happen. DatHazy managed to capitalize, and we're now into the next match. Where are we at? 1-2? 2-1? 1-1?
It is 2-1 in Living Legend's favor, and
Okay.
but he is in the corner against Zero, which is never a place you want to be. Gets to throw out an incendiary grenade, and oh, Zero actually swung right into it. But
Oh, unfortunate.
first time he got an extra chance, but he needed more than one chance. He
Ooh.
needed 2 chances here, and
Oh, missiles stopped him. That would have been a happy birthday. That would have been essential.
and with
But
that,
doesn't matter. He's going to loop.
die.
Successfully
Die.
completes his Zoops. Electrocutes and lights him up. And now is he going to catch him with his next mix-up? He does. Does a no mix-up.
So many resets. Zero should kill in one hit, but it took many that time and didn't even kill, and now Zero dies. Wesker still has glasses on, which isn't his preferred situation. You know, Wesker wants those contacts. He's a
MBX.
little bit vain. Got the
Oh.
hit, but didn't.
Oh, gets a
believe.
throw. Doesn't matter.
love
Turns it into reset.
Don't you love those mix-ups where like you intend for them to block a certain thing, so the next part can be a really cool mix-up? Oh no. Oh,
Let's
still
go for a
not
bullet
good.
shot. But Hazy going to be in a really tough time right now. This might work. No, it doesn't.
Oh, double photons all the way across the sky.
Ooh, good idea. Just wasn't able to capitalize. Living Legend definitely had to get
Got
the
the
fence,
hit.
but not enough. Now he's going to get stepped on to death.
What's the incoming mix-up? Is Hazy going to prevent this Akuma from playing?
Yes, he does. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Light him up.
What died was too much, and it looks like Hazy may be running it all the way back. Is this going to be Hazy getting into Grand Finals against JumpManStrat, or is Living Legend going to take that lead that he started with at the beginning and close it out in this final game of Losers Finals?
First 3-0s are seem to be a theme.
Doom is
Ooh,
bleeding
Doom
a
is at
lot.
50% now. He still has a chance to call him, but
Oh geez, Zero's stand H went the wrong direction, and Crouching M, that was a hit, but there just was not enough belief on Living Legend's behalf that it was going to work. Made sure not to confirm something that he wasn't actually able to confirm. But with that Rising Sun assist, it looks like Zero is going to be able to kill off Chris and bring him back to the corner. This is a pretty scary situation on incoming for Legend. Oh no, if he lets Legend live, oh, let him live just so he could build more meter. This is going to be the end of Chris most likely, and then has almost 5 meters to go in against Wesker. That's pretty scary. Zero definitely best user of meter in the game, just so again he was a broken tool. But let Legend get started. That command throw, just a pixel or a second too early. And now, because he was a second too early, Wesker is going to die for Living Legend. The Ronald McWesker is not going to get the chance to live. So HatBox goes into some lightning loops in the corner, drops them, gives one more chance. But since Sogen was out now, the amount of chip that's being taken pretty high. Summons Tatsu. Wesker's going to need to find a way to make this work with how little red life he has available, or with how little life he has available. And all of these shots are going to probably take him out. Oh, went into the Phantom Dance, but a single missile came out and killed him. That is down to the Anchor Akuma, but we have seen Anchor Akuma do this. And he has 2 meters to make it happen. Oh, does this hit Virgil? It does not hit Virgil.
What? What?
And with that, it looks like HatBox is going to prevent us from having access to a Chris Grand Finals and claims Living Legend, sending him out of the tournament. Congratulations to Legend for getting 3rd. He is going to get $5 for doing so. But DatHazy moving on, trying to win this event. HatBox with that reverse 3-0, coming it all the way back.
But now, wait, yeah. Update the names here.
And HatBox again, running the same team, not running the Magneto in this matchup. But those Magnums are hurting Dr. Doom. And gets the air-to-air confirm on Zero. Zero is going to die here. And all the meter gets built. No meter use necessary. Doom loses 1/3 of his life right out into it. It looks like HatBox playing as if he's fighting that Tatsu assist still, and instead is getting hit by those Cold Star setups. Virgil comes in and ends up needing the X Factor, invests in the sword. I like HatBox doing that. If you are going to lose Virgil, it's better to keep Virgil, invest the X Factor, than instead of trying to like save it for Doom in a situation like that. Because now, Chris is losing his entire life to chip. And we're going to see if Amy Wesker is able to close this out. Oh, she hit with the jumping medium. But now this dog is potentially going to die. And with that, the missiles come out. Gets to get the extension on her. Amy got the chance to live. Went for a dry tag. I am surprised that was the move instead of a snap, but HatBox winning these scrambles, and it looks like Wesker is going to be injured. I'm not sure if HatBox has the combo to kill here. Oh, but got the throw off of it, and because of that, with missiles is going to be able to confirm. Did not get the confirm. Triple Hyper is going to take off so much of Virgil's life, and then the follow-up is going to take care of the rest. Is another Triple Hyper coming? It is. Which way are you guessing?
Which side?
Oh, no, people are not blocking that. That was a guess, and HatBox guessed wrong. No shame to HatBox in not blocking that, because that's a scary situation. So, JumpManStrat up 1-0 real quick in this grand final set. His Chris was able to put in work in getting started and take out the Zero, but his Wesker and Amy were able to do work in taking out the rest of the team. Been able to get a lot of ground coverage and getting some various pokes on the characters. Oh, using that THC to try and kill off Zero here. Doesn't get the kill. But Virgil gets tagged in. Incendiary's there. He can't just Helmbreaker. What you doing, HatBox? You saw him throw that out, but apparently forgot for a moment, and because of that, Chris is going to be up to almost 2 meters. Gets up to 2 meters, goes for the reset instead of killing Virgil. I am not sure about the choice to not invest resources there, but Jumpman has won the vast majority of his matches today, so he knows the right decisions to make, and it seems like Hazy is actually getting a lot of his damage through chip against Chris, which is a funny situation, but got that mix up, and now Chris is going to take a pretty serious beating here. Not sure if Hazy's going to invest the resources and just kill him. Looks like it though. I like killing Chris. He is another character worth getting rid of. And Hazy gets that, has his full team alive, but there is all of the meter available for JumpManStrat. But there's going to be all of the meter and no Amaterasu. And while Wesker is an amazing character in a lot of ways, other than like randomly phantom dancing, he doesn't have a way to use these 5 meters in neutral. Don't know if this will kill, so I think a TAC is going to be coming at some point, or it'll just be some really scary mix-up. But went for the tag back into 0, immediately gets that X Factor active, swinging against an X Factor 3 Wesker, but apparently the way you beat Jumpman is you swing at him, because that is what Hazy did. He was able to take out the hit on this Wesker. Is this going to be the end?
I think so.
No, dropped it? Summoning Virgil Assist. When you're in this situation, I feel so scared to do something like summon Virgil Assist, because happy birthday 0 and Virgil is one of the ways this could actually go badly. Oh, and that's it. Tying it up 1-1. Nice work to Hazy. Can he win the 5 more games that he needs in order to take this, or is Jumpman going to close it out?
Definitely a tall ask for any mere mortal to come back 5 games against Jumpman, but DatHazy does have a strong resume behind him, so I believe it's possible.
Ooh, is this possible to kill here, or does he just go for the snap? I think he goes for snap. Oh no, he goes for level 3, okay. Invest the level 3 in getting rid of this 0. And with the link established, 0 is gone, and gets the cross up on Doom, but does not super jump afterwards. Chris getting hit by Rising Sun, almost has that ridiculous confirm on Doom, and gets that other one. I really like seeing how the strings are used to manipulate air height for JumpManStrat. Doing really well. Going to get this hit on Virgil. I like the X Factor. Get rid of this character. Get rid of this character meter positive and throw out some incendiaries to get things started. And he's trying to do things when he cannot actually do things. But X Factor ticking down for him. Looks like incendiaries are coming out. Incendiary gets the hit, and with that, JumpManStrat's gonna go up 2-1.
Potentially tournament point for Jumpman here. DatHazy, going back to character select, I wonder what the adjustment here, or do we just need a breather?
Oh, he's going to Magneto. It's like, if I'm going to die, I'm doing it with the King of Spain. So Hazy holding up with the King of Spain for what is potentially his final match. Let's see if it's warmed up enough to take on this Chris Amaterasu Wesker. Seems to be happy to use those magnetic blasts and get those missiles out. Ooh, did you see that? What was that? Falling M into jumping M, but didn't quite confirm? That was the beginning of something that would have been a very clean confirm by Chris. But JumpManStrat manages to get those additional hits, and with that, going to build all the meter that's necessary to get rid of this Magneto. Uses the THC in order to do it. Does it before building additional meter, so that way there will be a little bit left to take on Wesker. And gets the hit there. Is this going to be into snap, or is this going to be into kill? Has resources available. Goes into the snap, and assumes that Hazy is going to hit a button. This is the correct assumption. Hazy gets hit, and with that, it looks like we're going to have a dead Virgil, and this all comes down to Dr. Doom for DatHazy. It all came down to Dr. Doom for DatHazy, but Dr. Doom does not have a sword and does not have magnetic powers, so it was not enough. JumpManStrat winning Grand Finals, and is your Doghouse number 8 traditional Marvel vs. Capcom 3 champion.